Jason, do you have any
background information?
Yeah, so getting to 1968, we left on a pretty dour note. 1967, their manager, Brian Epstein, passes away at age 33, I believe. With him gone, it feels like the Beatles are a little directionless. They decided at this time to go to India to see another seminar, big seminar with the Maharishi. Really, George was really big on it. John was, kind of into it. I don't think Paul and Ringo were as into it, but they went along. Maharishi was big on celebrities. He loved having celebrities come because it really, helped his, people get to know him, people give him money and all that. So he loved having the Beatles there. I think it was a little boring for them as the rock stars they are. And they had some acoustic guitars with them. So they were writing songs while they were there, playing it on their acoustic guitar. So I want to say, I was looking it up, and almost maybe 20 of the 30 songs were written while they were in India. I mean, they just had an explosion of songwriting while they were there. And you'll see when we talk about this certain songs that they have a connection to their time in India. I'm pretty sure George Martin would have loved to just do a single album, or would have preferred a single album. But the Beatles got their way, threw everything at the wall, and decided to experiment with different genres that they'd never done before. So this is definitely the most unique album, I think, in the discography, because they just decided to do everything and anything that they can think of. Tensions were high. They were not getting along. Like I said, we're seeing the Beatles not playing together as much. We're seeing them go in the studio by themselves and kind of just cut the songs by themselves, basically. It does kind of suck that it feels like you can kind of hear them drifting away as you're listening to the album, that they're not really playing together all the time, that they're really just solo stuff on their own. It doesn't feel as connected as the other Beatle albums that we talked about. So that tells you a lot about what's going on during this kind of chaotic time in the Beatles' life.
Let's start diving into the album. The first song on the album, Back in the USSR.
So one of the things that I love about this album is that it plays around with the speed of the songs. So you'll get a fast song and then a slow song. And then I love how fast this song is. I was listening to this while riding my bike on Monday. And when it came on, it was the perfect song to ride my bike to, weirdly enough. I know that sounds odd, but it was it worked for me in the moment. Point I'm trying to get at is that this was I thought for the longest time, it was they were actually man, I can't wait to go back to the USSR. I thought they were serious. It took me a hilariously long time to figure out. I'm pretty sure they were joking.
Satire.
But, I mean, Georgia is always on their mind. But it's a great song, great way to open the album. I love it to pieces.
Yeah, I love this song so much. I love this is a very Beach Boy sounding song because Mike Love actually gave some pointers to Paul McCartney. He's like, "Hey, you're gonna do a Beach Boy style song. Hey, how about you put in some girls like the Ukraine girls, and all that?" It's Paul's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea," because Love was heavy on the Maharishi around this time. So, I agree with Ryan. I got Georgia's on my mind. I'm back. I'm back in the USSR. Yeah, this is a fun opening track. And that goes into the next song really well, which I'm excited to talk about even more.
Yeah, interesting. Already we're seeing the Beatles diving into a different genre. We're seeing the Beatles do surf rock, which I don't think they've never done before or after. So it's interesting hearing this and going, what the heck are they doing? Wow. Didn't expect the Beatles to do this. And do a good job here. My favorite part is really the guitar. The guitar parts are really good, really, really hard rocking, really showing how good of a rock band Beatles are becoming here in 68.
So after the Beatles went into psychedelic music with Magical Mystery Tour and Sgt. Pepper, they're kind of they're still experimenting, but it's not quite as psychedelic as the last couple of albums. They're kind of doing more of a traditional album. I love how the album starts with Paul McCartney doing an impression of an airplane taking off. So Paul McCartney is actually the one on the drums on this song. I think it's interesting to hear Paul McCartney drum on this song. Kind of witty double meanings. Georgia's always on my mind. That's a reference to Ray Charles's Georgia on My Mind, but it's also Georgia is a country in the Soviet Union. The backing vocals are amazing. I love whenever they go, dope, 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 dope. This song is just so good. It's such a fun way to open up this album.
All right. Yeah, this is one I've heard. I'm not like, I haven't been like I can't say I've listened to this song like hundreds of times or anything like most Beatles fans, but every time it came on, I'm like, yeah, that's a cool song. A weird title, but cool song. But listening to it again, I think how brilliant this song actually is. I think I realized, this song was meant to be tongue in cheek. It's satire. I think I love it for that. This one didn't quite make my top 10, but it's still a really awesome track. Great way to open this album. All right, our next song. Let's see what John Lennon is doing. Dear Prudence.
So going into what I was talking about with how I like the fast and the slow, going from fast to slow with this one, and this is another one that I really love too. And it's a nice change of pace, going from speed to not necessarily like slow, but slower. I hope I'm making some kind of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a very meditative song for me, and I really did appreciate that aspect of it.
Yeah, I thought this was one of the best songs on the album. With that acoustic opening song, boo, 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 doo, 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 doo. Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Oh man, such a beautiful song, and I like at the end where sounds like he has pretty much has a crowd outside, like the sun is out, the
Yeah.
sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play? This is one of many songs that makes me want to go back to this album. I love Dear Prudence.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I love this song. It's one of my favorites on the album. It's one of the greatest deep cuts I think they've ever done, where it was a song I wasn't aware of really until I was playing Beatles Rock Band. I love that acoustic guitar playing at the beginning and at the end. It's such a cool picking pattern of, like Nick was doing there, bum bam bum bam, whatever he was doing that. And I love how it starts off very soft, just like kind of acoustic guitar, and then it'll kick in, and all of a sudden the bass. I love when the bass comes in. It's like boom 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 boom. It has like the sliding like bass note. The bass and the drums come in. It's so great. Like I love how the song kind of crescendos. Love how this song is arranged. It's amazingly arranged, from soft to loud back to soft. Love it.
I love how back in the USSR, the airplane noises are fading out right when the guitar is fading in. I like the look around, round, 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 round. Look around, round, round. And I like the guitar. Guitar's got some really good licks in there, especially near the end. And there's some piano in there as well. It's like or something like that. And then you get some good drumming there at the end. So yeah, I like how it just kind of builds to something there at the end. This is a great song.
This was a blind spot for me. I'm probably the newest one to this song, and I'm in agreement with you guys. This is one of the best songs on the album. It's a great ballad. Probably some of John Lennon's best vocals on this album. Great track all around. I agree with you guys. Speaking of John, he follows that up with Glass Onion.
I've had a hot and cold relationship with this song for years. As I sit here now, I like it fine. it kind of feels like, hey, remember these songs that we did? Like yes, I know. I listened to them like a month or so ago. Like, yes. So it's there's definitely worse songs on this side, and we'll get to those. I thought this one was just okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I never liked it at all for the longest time. I don't know why, but for some reason, when me and Jason were sitting together and listening to this album the one time, just me and him, and we got to the song, and I'm like, for some reason, it clicked with me. I don't know why. If it was just because me and Jason were just enjoying the listen together, or if it just happened to click when it was just me and Jason. I was just like, "Here's another clue for you all. The walrus was Paul." Like, yeah, heck yeah! Like, I love this so much. Yeah, this is another great song on the album. 3 for 3. I'm having a blast so far.
Yeah, this is another song that was a blind spot for me for the longest time, where I never listened to this song growing up, and it just never. I really never gave it any time, and like I said, I wasn't listening to this album hardly ever. So it's more of a recent kind of discovery for me, probably in the last 10 years. That I kind of was listening to this album and going, I don't know the song, and then listening to it and going, it's actually a pretty good rock song. Like I really like the guitar parts and the John's vocals, and I was like, this is actually a pretty cool rock song. It's funny, it's one that nobody talks about. It's not one that you would know if you weren't a Beatles fan, I suppose. And yeah, then when you listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh, what a clever lyrics. Like I never knew those were the lyrics until one day I was like listening to them. I'm like, wait a minute, they're referencing their own songs. Like that is really cool. Like I love the meta-ness of it, whatever, doing all this. I really like the song. It's really grown on me.
I love how self-referential this song is. I know I was talking the other day on our Fleetwood Mac review when they referenced their own songs. That
Yeah.
I said, no, I hate that. But that was because those songs weren't as good. This one's actually still a good song. You got reference to Strawberry Field, the place where nothing is real. You got a reference to The Fool on the Hill, which I think is interesting that they say, like, I'm telling you, he's living there still, and you get the recorder. That's a reference to the recorder on the Fool on the Hill song.
Yeah.
There's a reference to Fixing a Hole. There's a reference to Lady Madonna, which we're going to talk about later on. And there's a reference to I'm the Walrus, which that's the best part of the song.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because he's like, I told you about the walrus and me. We're as close as can be. But here's another clue for you all. The walrus was Paul.
This song is awesome. I actually didn't really look at the lyrics until listening to it for this review. I'm like, I love the satire of this song. Pretty much making fun of their own songs, and particularly the critics that are diving way too deep on some of the more nonsensical songs. Like, "The Strawberry Field's a drug song. Is I Am the Walrus a drug song?" It's like, nah, we're just messing with you guys. Oh, the walrus is Paul. He died, right? He turned into a walrus. I was like, what?
It must have been nice for the Beatles knowing that they were that bulletproof that they could get away with stuff like that.
Side 1 is full of a lot of bangers. Or part 1, whatever you want to call it.
Side 1 is definitely the strongest of the 4 sides.
Well, the next song on the album, I've seen this ranked on so many worst Beatles songs lists. I don't know if people are going to agree with that or it's going to be super divisive, but let's find out. Obla-dee, obla-da.
Okay. Before Ryan gives his review, Ryan, I know you've been having some pretty hot take Paul McCartney tracks like She's Leaving Home and For No One. Please like this song. If you don't like the song, my heart will be broken forever.
Oh, no.
Oh, so much pressure.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's just kind of there. Nah, I'm kidding. I love the song. I love the song.
Okay.
It's actually one of the ones I was referencing earlier where I go out of my way to go back to because I don't know why. It's so catchy to me. Like it's the one that was in my head at work today. I was like, couple of kids running in the yard, Desmond and Molly Jones, and like I have no idea why, but it was just the one that were just running laps in my head the whole time. It's just I don't know what Paul is singing about. You can't make me analyze it, but the beat is catchy, and you know what? It's stuck. It's still stuck there.
Yeah, I remember I saw a list top 10 most annoying songs. This and That's All were on the list. Yeah.
Oh, now they gotta bring Phil Collins into it too.
Yeah. I'm like, these people are crazy. I love this song. I love this song. This is one of the greatest songs ever made by the Beatles. I don't care what anyone says. This song is amazing. It's such a fun pop song. It's so fun. How can you not like it? How can anyone not like it? This is one of those songs where it's like if you don't like it, lighten up. Lighten up. Because this song is so fun. It's such a fun pop song. And I know the backstory. It's like Paul McCartney was working them to death on this song, and John Lennon was so fed up he like mockingly did the piano riff with a bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It kind of works though.
It does.
I'm like, leave it to John Lennon to make some of the best music when he just doesn't care.
He made it out of spite.
Out of spot.
This song is so good. I have childhood memories of this, like singing along with my dad going to New York City, going to a Ranger game. I'm like, this song runs deep with me, and yeah, this is goes without saying. This is a top 3 on the album.
Yeah, I don't get why this song has some hate towards it. I've always enjoyed it as a kid. I mean, like I said, I don't listen to the White Album all that much when I was a kid, but I do remember the song. This is maybe actually I said there's 2 big hits. I might even put this as maybe a 3rd big hit on the album. That felt like it was all over the place. Boom, 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 boom. It's like a real bouncy, song. The chorus is so catchy, la 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 life goes on. Super fun to sing to. Yeah, it's just a fun song that I smile every time I hear it.
Like Nick was talking about earlier, I love that piano intro. Dun 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 dun. And I like Paul's bass on this. Boo boo doo 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 doo. It's another one of those songs that when you hear that you just have to stop and go. It's fun. It's very fun. Ryan said he didn't know what the song is about. The song is just about Desmond, who runs a shop at the market, and Molly, who's a singer in a band, and their family.
It's a made-up song.
Yeah, it's just a made-up story about Desmond and Molly and their family.
It was really that simple. Wow.
That's that simple.
Yep, and Desmond just has a life saying that he likes to say, which is "Obla-dee, obla-da, life goes on." Bruh. What's funny though is that Paul McCartney messes up the lyrics in the last verse. I never noticed before, but one time I was listening, how the lines are supposed to go. He says it right the first time, but he messed it up the second time.
Yeah.
The line is, Molly stays at home and does her pretty face, and in the evening she's singing with the band. But he messed it up in the last verse, and he accidentally said Desmond stays at home and does a pretty face, and in the evening he's singing with the band.
Yeah, that's right.
That I never.
Because Desmond is the marketplace owner. He's not the singer. That's Molly. So he messed it up, but they left it in.
Yeah.
And I love when John Lennon is just making his fun little goofy whatevers. Pretty sure that was him just trying to make McCartney laugh while they were recording this. When he's like, ring, sing, or at the end we're like, thank you. I don't know. I think that just adds to the fun nature of the song. Though it's a fun song.
This is definitely one of the catchiest songs on the album. So infectious. This is one of the songs I've heard the most times. It's one of my sister's favorite Beatles songs, and she played it a lot. So I heard it a lot too, and I never got tired of the song. The backstory, now you told me the backstory, I think I love the song even more because the fact that John tried to sabotage the song, and yet he unintentionally made the song better. It just shows how talented the Beatles are, even though they love messing with each other. Yeah, it's a great song. It's in my top 10. All right, now this is probably one of the more infamous songs on the album.
Oh boy.
Wild.
This will not take long on my part to express my thoughts on this song. I am going to take a quote from the William Shakespeare play Macbeth. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Signifying nothing.
I don't think we're going to be able to top that.
Yeah. I mean, oh, what a shocker. Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, me and Nick were listening to this album together. Man, this song is such a buzzkill. If this was taken out, man, how great would it have been to go to the next song? It doesn't ruin it, but man, it definitely puts a black mark here on this part of the album where you're like, wow, there's such a good flow, and then this song comes on, and so it seems out of key. Everything, instruments, the singing, it's definitely in my top 10 like worst Beatles songs of all time.
This is what happens when you leave Paul McCartney alone in the studio for an hour.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is like a demented, broken musical box that's stuck on the word honey pie.
It's on repeat, yeah.
What was Paul thinking? Like, I know that sometimes they're like, we're the Beatles, we're the biggest band in the world, and we can do whatever we want. But it's like, just because you can do anything you want doesn't mean you should do anything you want.
I first listened to this song on the drive the other day, and it started, and I was like, what? And then Paul started doing that. And I was like, what the heck is this song? Yeah, this is not a good song by any means. It's not even worth bringing the garbage can because I think this song's hilarious. But yeah, that's all I got on that one. Let's continue on with the continuing story of Bungalow Bill.
I love this title so much. Just side road. This is another thing with the fast and slow that I've been hammering home about. But I love how it interchanges where it goes like, "Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill?" And then it goes slow again, and then fast, and then slow. I like that. Yoko didn't need to be there,
No.
but alas.
This is another song I didn't like at first, but it's starting to grow on me more. I think it's okay, if I'm being honest. There are parts of the song I like all the children sing, "Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill." The verses I'm not digging, to be honest. Went now tiger hunting with his elephant and gun. I'm like, you're criticizing Paul McCartney for making a childish obla-di obla-da, but then you make this. I'm like, come on, John.
That a kid who can't go elephant hunting without his mom.
You're such a hypocrite, man. It's such a hypocrite. I'm like, don't diss on my boy Paul if you're gonna make something like this. And then Lisa Simpson comes on and it's like, I'm like, what the hell's Lisa Simpson doing here?
I was going to say she sounded like a cat who got her paw stuck in a floor vent, but I mean, Lisa Simpson.
Lisa Simpson is funnier.
Yeah, way funny.
It's like, is Bart gonna come in and sing? Is Homer Simpson gonna come and sing? I'm like,
No,
no,
Bungalow Bill.
Hey, Bungalow Bill.
Or Marge Simpson.
It's true, but you did have to say it.
Wait a minute, this sounds like rock and or roll.
I mean, March was a Ringo fan, so yeah, I can imagine her joining the Beatles song. But anyways, overall, it's okay. I don't hate it. I don't like it. It's kind of middle of the road, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Seems like this fun kid song, but it was about a negative moment, really, in their time there in India. But in terms of this fun song, in my opinion, I love the chorus. Hey, Bungalow Bill, who did you kill? I love that. Who did you kill, Bungalow Bill? Like, it's such a funny line to say in a song. Like so casual. Hey, Bungalow Bill, who did you kill? So I love that about it, and yeah, I just love that's this kid song. Again, we're doing surf rock. We're doing ska music with Obladi Oblada, And here we're doing the kid song, in my opinion, like the kid sing along, kind of like Yellow Submarine, kind of like All Together Now. I don't know. So I kind of enjoyed that aspect of it. It's like, wow, this is such a unique song that, like, why would the Beatles do this? And they did it, and it worked. In other words, I really like the song.
So the first time I listened to this album, whenever I bought it, once I got to this song, I was like, okay, I think I get the vibe of this album now. This is going to be like the I have no idea what the heck I'm going to listen to next kind of album. I love it for it. I love this song. I love the song from the first time I heard it. I always thought that this is such a fun song. The first thing that you hear on this song is a Spanish flamenco guitar solo. And at first you think, oh, wow, Harrison, that's pretty good. Before you realize that that's not George Harrison. That's a sample that was preloaded onto the Mellotron. But then you get, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. And I think this is one of the only songs where all of the Beatles sang like this, and like this, Flying, and what's the other one? Carry That Weight are the only songs that all of them sing at the same time. I don't know why, but I think I can hear Ringo the loudest. His voice is very distinct, but I can hear very clearly, hi, Bungalow Bill. And it goes, all the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill. It's just like, what is this? This is so stupid, but it's fun as heck. And then I love the part on the second verse where he's like, Bill and his elephants were taken by surprise. So Captain Marvel zapped him right between the eyes.
Yeah, I like this song. It is very catchy. I like the goofiness of it. It is quite an earworm. And then I was listening to the song and I was like, who's this odd voice I hear singing on the chorus? I'm like, oh no, that can't be Yoko, is it?
Yoko.
Then,
oh no.
I was like, oh, please tell me Yoko's not going to ruin the song.
Truly
and then she
unfortunate.
sings a line in the last verse. I'm like, no, it's awful. If Yoko was not on this song, it would be in my top 10. Our next song, this might be the biggest song on the album.
Yeah.
And that is While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
This is going to be on my top 5. I love this song with my whole heart. I listened to it 4 times today alone. It starts just how it starts, and then how it just builds. And then just like the lyrics of while my guitar gently weeps. Da, 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 da. It's epic. This whole song is just epic. It's easy in my top 5 for this album. I love it so much.
Yeah, I certainly agree with Ryan. This is a top tier song on the album. Man, this is like, we're really getting cream of the crop Beatles. I told this to Jason. Even Jason kind of came up with it. He was like, guessing it on his own, but he was like, hey Nick, if all the best songs on this album were just in one single album, would this be your favorite album or in your top 100 albums? I'd be like, Jason, if all the best songs of this album were in just one single album, this would be the greatest album of all time. Mm-hmm. Better than any Who album, better than any Queen album. Yeah, I said it. And I'm a bigger fan of those two bands, but
I actually agree.
But you get the cream of the crop of this album. It's like, oh my gosh, especially this song. It's like Eric Clapton was on a different level on this song. It's like his guitar playing was so sublime. It was just so good. It fits the song. I mean, yeah, technically it wasn't any of the Beatles doing the guitar work, but man, Eric Clapton stole the show on this. The lyrics are great too. I love the vocal harmonies between Paul and George. But I'm not sleeping while my guitar gently weeps. Man, this is like really, it's just we're really getting like the Beatles, like the albums, the early albums is like going to an Arby's, but like now we're getting into the gourmet stuff, and we're now feasting on a filet mignon. This is really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm with you. This is one of the best Beatles songs of all time. It's in my top 10 favorite Beatles songs of all time. I did my Beatles song ranking. Yeah, it's absolute masterpiece song. That intro, like you're talking about transition, but man, when it hits that piano at the beginning, it's so good. And the acoustic guitar, and then the electric guitar comes in with its riff. Oh my gosh, that's such a cool way to start the song. Um, yeah, of course, I don't know if anybody's going to talk about how he came up with the idea. I don't know if you want me to talk about it.
Yeah,
But-
go ahead.
The whole, yeah, because he was trying this whole thing where he's like, he opened up a book and he was going to point to a random page and then try to see if he can write a song off of the word that he pointed to. And it's kind of I don't know, just an exercise in, yeah, I don't know what you want to say, part of his Eastern religion, I guess, or something. Uh, all this. And so, yeah, he opens a book and he points to a page and to a word. And the word he points to is Gently Weeps. And he comes up with this masterpiece song, My Guitar Gently, which is such a cool name for a song, by the way. Like, I love the title. Well, I don't know. It's like, what does that mean? But it's so cool sounding. Why My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's really poetic. Anyways, and lyrically, I think it's a really good song. Like, I think there's a lyric about, like, all we're doing is sitting here aging or something like that. I don't know. There's a line about aging that I thought that's such a cool lyric, you know. So it's a very cool kind of lyrically song. And then you add in that this is, I believe, the first time they brought in a guest musician, really like a famous guest musician into the group. I don't think they ever did that. And then here we got Eric Clapton, one of the greatest guitar players of all time, coming into. It's like you have an all-star, you know, basketball team, and then you bring Michael Jordan in or something. You know, it's like, how could he get any better than that? You know, you bring him in, and he kills it on the guitar. Yeah, one of the greatest guitar parts of any Beatles song, and it's by Eric Clapton, which is such a cool thing. I didn't know that for a long time. When I found that out, I was like, oh, that is so cool that's there. And I've heard stories like, I mean, he was obviously, him and George were like really good friends. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of fighting, a lot of tension in the group. So I've heard like stories of like, well, George brought him in because it would bring the tension down. And because anytime they brought like a guest in, the Beatles were on their best behavior kind of idea. We'll see this, you know, with Billy Preston, of course, later on. He was a huge guest musician that they brought on later on, anyways. And so maybe that was part of it. I've also heard like George maybe had some trepidation about doing the guitar soloing and thought Eric would be better at it. And so he brought Eric in to do it. And I always wonder, like, could George do it? I don't know. I mean, we'd all say like Eric has a different style to him that fit the song really well. George could have done some kind of guitar soloing, I'm sure. Maybe it'd sound different. We'd get a different song if he did the guitar solo. I don't know. I kind of wonder what would have been like if Eric Clapton never came in and George was doing the soloing. What kind of song, how different would the song would have been? That's always a what if, you know, but interesting to think about. But I'm fine with Eric Clapton coming in and doing it. It sounds great anyways. But yeah, love the song.
I think we're in the good timeline. Because think of the other option. Did you know that Eric Clapton was on the sessions for While My Guitar Gently Weeps? Could you imagine what an Eric Clapton guitar solo would sound like over the song? We got it.
We're
We
in
got
this.
it.
I mean, the way it's like, we're in this timeline. Maybe in the alternate timeline, Brian Wilson would have made the Smile.
Yeah, maybe they get Smile, but we get Eric Clapton on on the White Album.
Yeah.
Right.
By the Who.
Where do I begin with this song?
Yeah, where did he begin?
Masterpiece is an understatement. This is one of the best Beatles songs, not just on this album, but just the best Beatles songs, period, and one of the best songs of all time. I love the piano at the end, that boom, ba-dum, 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 ba-da-dum, dum, dum. And then Eric Clapton's guitar, boom, 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 boom. I love the feel of this song. I love Eric Clapton's electric guitar. I like how George is kind of chilly, like strumming the acoustic guitar along. Paul's bass line.
Yeah.
I was listening to this album not today, but when the last time I was listening to this album, I was listening through these headphones. These are like studio monitor headphones on my record, and on the whole album, I was like, I don't think I've ever really paid attention to how good of a bass player McCartney is, because every single one of the songs on this album has just like a, not just a good bass line, but like a moving bass line that has a melody of its own, especially this one. And like he's even doing like some like power chords on a bass. Usually a power chord is something that you'd play on a guitar that's 2 notes, but he's doing it on a bass on this song. I think that's super cool. Yeah, Eric's guitar solo rocks. Both of them. He has 2 solos. He has one in the middle that's more melodic, and then one at the end that's more just him really making the guitar weep. Yeah. And I love at the end how like I'm getting out of order. But I love at the end when they're like almost like going like almost making the weeping sounds. What I love a lot about this song is that the chorus is in a parallel major key. This song is in A minor, but the chorus is in A major, which is interesting because usually if you're in A minor, this is music theory stuff. You guys might think this is boring, but I think it's interesting. Any musicians out there, let me know if you think music theory is interesting because I like the music theory behind this song. Usually if you're in the key of A minor, you would go into C major, which is the relative major key. But they go to A major, which is the same key, A, but it's the major version, which basically, I'm not going to get into how that relates because that's super geeky music theory stuff. But it's that doesn't happen a whole lot. Usually if you're going to go from a minor key to a major key, you go to the relative one, not the parallel one. And I think that's super cool. Especially Eric Clapton's guitar licks. The licks he plays right before they go in there, he really emphasizes that major third to show that they're going from A minor to A major, which is super cool. And the outro solo where Eric Clapton literally makes the guitar gently weep. It's just unbelievable. I attempted to do a cover of this song in college at my school's coffee shop when they had an open mic night, and I bombed it so bad. I tried to do the Eric Clapton guitar solo, and I'm like, you know what would be cool is if I did the Eric Clapton guitar solo, but I used a wah-wah pedal to really make it gently weep. And I had very limited experience playing on stage, so I plugged the pedal in backwards, and when I clicked it on to play the solo, no sound came out because I had plugged it in the wrong way. So I totally ruined the song. But Eric Clapton, I like it when Eric does it, though.
All right. I mean, what more needs to be said? This song is amazing. This is a contender for one of George Harrison's best songs with the Beatles, along with 2 that we'll get to on Abbey Road, but we'll save that for Abbey Road. Man, what an amazing ballad. And on top of that, you got Eric Clapton, who absolutely crushes it on the guitar. Great addition to the band. Much better than Yoko on the last song. Yeah, this song is... Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. This song's awesome. Happiness is a warm gun.
So this is another one that I've always had kind of a hot and cold relationship with. And again, as I sit here, it's pretty good. Like, coming off of While My Guitar Gently Weeps is just a thankless task. So whatever song goes after it is just going to be near impossible to like live up to that. But this was fine. Like, I liked it just fine.
I thought the song was amazing. This is another big highlight on the album for me. It's kind of like Scott perfectly said it. It's the Beatles pre-Bohemian Rhapsody song. It's 3 different songs in one. So you have the first part of the song where it's she's not a girl who misses much. Do 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 do. Oh yeah. Basically kind of like a slower, like mellow, like I need a fix because I'm going down to the pits that I left uptown. And then it's like, Mother Superior jumped the gun. 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 And then you get to the climax. Happiness is a warm gun. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot. When I hold you in my arms. And I know nobody can do me no harm. Because happiness is a warm gun. Yes, it is. Happiness is warm. Yes, it is. Gun. Oh my gosh. Just going through all those 3 sections, it's like, it's so good. It's so good. I love it so much, man. Literally, if this was on any other album, this would be like the best song on that album, but it's the freaking White Album. Didn't even make my top 5. That's how good the album is. I'm telling you, there's just so many high caliber songs on this album. It's hard. It really was. Oh my gosh, I love this song. This song's so good.
I'm right with you. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. I think because it's so weird and unique, kind of out there song. It really stands out on the album. It's another one where I didn't really like it that much till like the last 10 years when I really got into the White Album. And I listened to the song again and it's like, wow, this song's really cool. I love the 3-part structure of the song. It's cool. It's called Happiness is a Warm Gun, but only the last part has anything to do with the title of the song. So it's like, what is the song? And if you listen to the lyrics, I don't know if you listen to the lyrics, Ryan, they make no sense when you look at the lyrics. It's like, what are they talking about? It's some weird words, I think. Some of the weirdest lyrics they put together. That John's so good at. I mean, I'm the Walrus, you know.
Think of the ground that covers on this album alone.
Yeah. So you're like, what is the song? And
I don't know. I understand John's next song a lot on this album.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
But
I get that one a little too much.
I love the last part. I'm with my favorite part is the happiness is a warm gun. And it's like this 50s doo-wop. Like, where did this come from? It's nothing like the rest of the song. Yeah, I love it. I love the bang, bang, shoot, shoot. Like, I love that. Like, the backing vocals. It's so cool. It's so different. And yeah, John, he says something like, when I put my finger on your trigger or something like that. And I'm like, are we still talking about a gun here, John? What are we talking about? Like, I'm pretty sure there's some sexual overtones or something here.
He's talking about Yoko, probably.
Okay. Maybe it's drugs, but I was like,
definitely the heroin.
No, we said that. What was the song that we said? No, what was it? Hey Jude. He was talking about. That was not a heroin song, but this one, no, this one is. Especially since John called the first third of this song the Junkie.
Yeah, it's I think even
about bang bang shoot shooting heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, when he sings the part about I need to fix, so I'm going down. I think
this is a drug song.
I don't know. The happiness of the warm gun part, I had some sexual overtones to me. That's why I kind of read into it because the way he sings it, it's just hilarious. But yeah, anyways, I love this. Yeah, that part of the song, and overall, it's a cool song. Like I said, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Just what is it you're doing with your gun, John?
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's a metaphor. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. Just because of how creative it is. I like how there's like the 3 different sections. It's John Lennon's Bohemian Rhapsody, in my opinion. You start out with just those electric guitar arpeggios, and he just starts singing, she's not a girl who misses much. Oh yeah, and then Ringo goes, she's well acquainted with the touch of a velvet. Yeah, that's like, what do these lyrics even mean? I mean, obviously something about drugs, but what does that mean that she's well acquainted with the touch of a velvet hand on a window pane, and something about a lizard and his hobnail boots? A lizard on a window pane with his hobnail boots or something like that. But I'll say the guitar tone on this song is one of the heaviest guitar tones I've heard the Beatles have, especially when you get into that section right before the I Need a Fix, when it's like bow wow bow bow wow bow bow wow bow, and then they're like slowly bending that note up. Such a heavy guitar tone. And then like John is just playing this like pa pa rhythm thing, like bow 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 bow. While George is like bow wow bow dow dow bow dow, but and then John's just like bow 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 bow. It's like wow, this really works really well. And then you get into Mother Superior Jumped the Gun. Man, that's when Ringo starts really going ham on the drums. Whenever they get to the Mother Superior Jumped the Gun part. And then you get into the Happiness is a Warm Gun section, and it's like out of nowhere, here comes this 50s doo-wop song. Apparently John Lennon was looking through a magazine, and the title of the article was Happiness is a Warm Gun, and he just thought, oh, that would make an interesting song title.
Write a song.
I don't know if the song has to do with gun violence or what. But that kind of doesn't sit right with me, though, knowing what would happen to him in 1980, but at the same time, I really like the song, and I love that the backing vocals are bang bang shoot shoot. I think that's hilarious. That's what they'd have as the backing vocals. I'm like, because in the 50s you'd have a lot of backing vocals like ooh ah doo ah, and they're singing bang bang shoot shoot, is talking about a gun or something.
Yeah.
And then at the end, where he's like, I know that no one can do me no harm because happiness is a warm gun, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. And then it goes to the minor, happiness is a warm, yes it is. And it's like super dramatic, and then he just holds up the long, gun, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. And then Ringo just has the last say with, and that's the end of the first side.
All right. This is a weird song.
Yes,
I don't know how to properly process this song. Some of you guys are saying it's a drug song. I don't know if I fully buy that. I do think this is a song about his fix for Yoko, especially the last part of the song with the happiness is a warm gun. Oh, I'm gonna pull your trigger. I'm like, I don't know if I needed to know that, but okay.
I'm not buying into the Yoko thing, Jake.
Yeah, this is this is so weird because John can write beautiful songs about Yoko Ono, like Girl and Woman.
Girl wasn't written about Yoko Ono though.
And I'm like, I don't care about this romance at all. Like Yoko, but yet these songs are still beautiful. And this song is, I guess it's very creative. Some of the musicianship is really good. Some good vocal work. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but I do respect the craft of it.
Maybe the
all
last
right. Well, we'll move into the second half of the album, or the second half of part one. So
Side two.
Flip the record over if you have the record.
Yeah, there we go.
We go from a song that's either about drugs or Yoko Ono to a song about Martha the dog. What's Martha, my dear?
So, this is one of the more underrated songs on this side. I love this thing so much. And this was the one that I was the least aware of. Like, I think I had skipped this one a bunch of times when I listened to it in the past. But seriously, listening to it this go around, I was sleeping on it. I love the piano, especially the piano. The piano is just great here. And this is a really nice song. So it's one of the ones that I slept on, and I feel bad that I slept on it, but now I'm awake to it.
There was a couple of times I've been listening to the song. I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. Musically, it's really good. George Martin does a terrific job. Vocally, it's amazing. Martha, my love, Martha, my dear. Hold your hand now, you sleepy girl. Look what you've done. Well, you can't believe it. Oh man, vocally it's great. I'll say lyrically, I'm not that biggest fan of the lyrics. I think the lyrics are a little too cheesy. But I am starting to like the song though. I am coming around to it. Give me credit on that. I'm coming around to it, but there's aspects of it I'm starting to really enjoy. And this is a song that has potential of being one of my favorites.
I love the piano playing at the beginning. I've heard people say that that's the most complicated piano part that Paul has done. And I don't play piano. I know Scott does. I don't know if Scott can say more to that, but
I
I
think
think
it is.
I think it's kind of cool the fact that this is you don't think about it, but then when I heard that and then you listen to it, and you're like, okay, so this is actually not an easy piano part that Paul's playing, and just goes to show how good a piano player he is doing this. And yeah, it's a nice song. It feels like it could be on a Paul McCartney solo album, to be honest, because I don't know if any other Beatle really you hear anybody else but Paul. So it definitely fits like with Paul's style. He was doing solo work in. Yeah, it's a really nice vocal song with a nice piano, nice melody. I love the horns when they come in. It's a really nice song. Yeah, I like it.
I really like this song. It's got kind of a more whimsical feel to it. I like the kind of a big band feel that it has whenever the horns come in. I like the piano. Uh, it is kind of like a funny song that he wrote it about his dog, his sheepdog that he around in like the late 60s, early 70s. Paul McCartney lived on a farm with his sheepdog Martha, and so he wrote a love song to his dog, which is I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but the song is really good.
See, I do like this one. I think it's a catchy song. I love the piano playing on it. I think the fact that Paul wrote about his dog, I think, kind of cheapens it a little bit. But I think it's a cool song. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like I do like the effort. It's a pretty good song. All right, next up is "I'm So Tired."
Yeah, and what's the
So
song?
yeah, this is another really good one, and I love how this it starts out kind of quiet and slow, but then it's like, you say knowing me wrong that it's no joke, and then it picks up and then it goes back down again, and then I love the lyric how like you were such a stupid git. Like I
Yeah,
love that lyric so much.
Sir Walter Raleigh, the man who brought cigarettes to America,
yeah, Raleigh's a stupid kid. Yeah.
But anyway, long
or
story
to
short,
the UK, whoever brought cigarettes to.
I have not had a serious discussion with myself. I mean, outside of While My Guitar Gently Weeps on what will be on my 10, but I'm so tired, and the next track after that will be in serious consideration.
I thought the song was just okay. I don't think it's like one of their best songs in the world. There again, this is kind of like how I feel about Bungalow Bill, where there's like aspects of it I really enjoy, like you you're putting me on, but it's no joke. Turning me on, I can't sleep. Can't stop my brain, it's 3 weeks. I'm going insane, I'll give everything I've got for a little piece of mind. Like I love that part, but the verses are just so slow moving. I'm so tired. Like you're probably like, oh, it's supposed to be like because he's tired, right? I'm like, I get it, but I thought he did a lot better, and I'm only sleeping, and
Mhm.
like that whole song didn't make me want to go sleep. To me, the verses just make me want to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's funny that John's. This is the second song about being
Sleeping.
sleepy. uh, First in the Revolver, yeah, I'm only sleeping. Like, don't wake me up when I'm sleeping. Like, you get the sense that he sleeps a lot, maybe, or
Number 9 Dream.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's because of all the drugs he's doing. And so he wrote a song about being tired. Uh, yeah, I do love the Nick said. I do love that part where he kind of picks it up and I'll give you anything I got for a peace of mind. Like I love that part, and it goes right back into the boom, boom, boom. I'm so tired. Like I love that transition. But I'm kind of with you. It's not one of my favorite songs, but I still enjoy it.
I love this song. It's not gonna be in my top 10, but I love this song. even more than Martha, My Dear. I like how the verse vocals are supposed to like sound very drowsy. If you've ever been that tired, you know. Cause like when I've been extremely tired because of work or stuff, like I'll just be to myself like, oh, I'm so tired. I love the chorus where it's like, you say you're putting me on and it's no joke.
It's
Doing me harm. Oh, can't
You know, I
sleep.
can't sleep.
I can't stop my brain. I'm going insane. And then I like McCartney's harmony whenever he goes, I'll give her everything I got, a little piece of mine. But I love at the end, he's just like, Monsieur, how about another one? It's just like, that's so stupid.
I think it's the relatability of this song that I really like because I think we all get sleepy, and John reflects the exhaustion that you get from working too hard and stuff like that. Well, our next one's a very recognizable song. We got Blackbird.
I love this song so much. It's like this is one of those other ones where it's like after I finish it, I rewind it and I listen to it again. It's just beautiful beyond words for me. So like it's very brief my thoughts on this one, but I struggle to find the words. It just very soothing.
I love this song. The meaning behind it is beautiful. This is a civil rights movement song. It's very beautiful. It's like has such a great meaning behind it, even without the meaning behind it. Jason and Jacob heard me say this a billion times in our Would You Believe review. I am a sucker for when it's just a guy and a guitar. I am a sucker for that. I don't know why. I'm just a sucker for that. This just tickles my fancy when it comes to that, and I am a sucker for this song. This made my top 3 on the album. So Paul McCartney is 2 for 2 so far in the top 3.
It's so cool. It seems like it's just him and an acoustic guitar in there. And again, this is how it shows how they're kind of on their individual like solo work here on this album, where it's just Paul, like he's just doing a solo song, and it's absolutely a beautiful song. It's my favorite Beatles songs of all time because I love the simplicity of just him and the guitar singing, and just an absolutely amazing melody. And yeah, to me the best part is that guitar, that the acoustic guitar, that bum 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 da 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 bum da da da. Blackbird, like, oh, I love the guitar playing. I love there's one part where he does that bum 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 whatever, and it's like the song's gonna end. You think the song's over, and then he goes into that bum bum bum, and he goes back into the guitar, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Like, I love the sound of that guitar, and Paul is so good at that. I love when Paul does acoustic guitar stuff like that. It's some of my favorite work from him. Like Yesterday, it's some of my favorite songs is when he does it. So yeah, I can't say much more than that. Great song.
Yeah, I've had some crazy hot takes before, but this is a song that I've always loved from this album. Even when I wasn't as into this album, Jason and Scott, they've heard me talk about this album many times. They can vouch for me. I've always loved this song.
You ready for a crazy hot take?
What?
Because I certainly am not. I love this song. This song is fantastic. I love the guitar playing on here. It's just McCartney, a guitar, and some kind of tapping sound.
Yeah.
Keeping the beat.
Yeah.
But man, it's kind of just like a short little ditty, but really, really impactful. When you get to the end, I like how there's like the bird chirping sound effects in there. I think that's cool. It sounds like it's Paul McCartney just sitting on his back porch, looking out at the birds and just singing, And I know there's a deeper meaning to it, which in the 1960s, like, it's really big that he put this song out. This song is just fantastic, and I don't really think that I can talk much more about it to do it justice. Like, it's something you just got to listen to and enjoy.
Yeah, I love this song as well. This one is definitely in my top 5. I think it's a lovely melody, some great guitar playing. The simplicity of it is why it's a great song. And I think I like that, I think on the surface it's a really lovely song about a blackbird, but then you can also see the allegory of the civil rights movement. I'm like, when you have that allegory mixed with simplicity, it's a very powerful song. We go from the Blackbird to the Piggies.
Oh gosh.
This song is so much fun. It's like it starts out like
Yes.
it starts out with like a harpsichord sounding thing, and like, have you seen the little piggies crawling in the dirt? And just it's so absurd, and like, how do pigs play in white shirts? Like, I don't understand. But then
It's
that was
metaphor.
I like, it took me a hilariously long time to figure out, like, oh, I know what they're trying to talk about, like piggies and then preparing to eat their bacon. I'm like, I understand. I get it now. But yeah, this one was also just, again, I don't know if it's going to make the top 10. That's going to be a very hard list for me to make, but it will more than certainly be in the conversation.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with you, Ryan. I'm like at least one person will agree with me on this. To me, I think this is another fantastic song on the album. It reminds me of the Kinks. It reminds me of that Village Green Preservation Society sound that I love so much.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker for rock pop songs. So it's crazy. We go from one thing I'm a sucker for, which is a guy in acoustic guitar, or just a person in acoustic guitar. When we get to the second thing I'm a big sucker for, that's Baroque pop music. I love this song. It's so good. Um, it doesn't touch the same planet as While My Guitar Gently Weeps, but man, I love this song. It's just like, I love the "Have you seen the little piggies crawling in the dirt out to eat the bacon?" I love the part. It's like, in the short shorts. It's like, I give them a damn whacking. I'm forgetting the lyrics right now. Hopefully no one cracks me down in the comments for that, but basically it's supposed to be like a political song,
Yeah.
but I love it. I mean, unlike some other artists like Taylor Swift, where they make it totally their personality. This is like political, but like in a fun kind of manner that I love so much. To me, this is by far the most underrated song on the album. I'm so happy to hear Ryan likes it. I thought I was gonna be the only one who liked this song.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of this song. It's definitely one of my least favorite on the album. I really don't like when they get into like the pig grunt noises, like, and the weird voice, the weird style of I don't know, what do you want to say, their accents or whatever that they put on. I don't like it.
This still is definitely going to be lower on my list, but like it's like Nick with Martha My Dear. I finally get this song, and I think that the last verse is a lot of fun. It's goofy, but it's fun. Where it's like everywhere there's lots of piggies
Yeah.
living piggy lives. They eat their bacon, and then George just goes one more time. Bang! That big orchestra. Down. It's just like, what is going on? It's just like the cover cannot prepare you for what you're about to hear. Like you're like, what is this album? It's just white, and if you look carefully, it says the Beatles on it in a slightly offset text. It needs to turn that way a little more to be level with the album.
Yeah, when I first heard this song, I actually thought this was John singing. I didn't realize it was George until I looked it up. I'm like, oh, okay. But man, this is a weird song. This is, I think, contender for one of the weirdest songs on the album. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are we obsessed with piggies? This is weird. But I'll give it this. It's catchy. I like the weirdness of it, the baroqueness of it. The harpsichord is a neat little touch, but it's not in my top 10. But I do have a lot of fun with it. Well, let's get to the next song, and that is Rocky Raccoon.
So the Beatles made a song about a Western, and I'm here for all of it. Basic, I need if Sergio Leone directed a movie called Rocky Raccoon with this song in it, like I would watch it day one. This is one of the more underrated songs on this side and album. I greatly enjoyed this one.
Yeah, this sounds like something Johnny Cash would do. Like he did Boy Named Sue, he did Delia's Gone. I could imagine him doing something like this. And I'm all for it. Like I would have killed to have Johnny Cash do a Rocky Raccoon slept into his room, only to find Agent Bible. Alas, we never got that. But it's just another masterpiece. It's just another song that I remember loving so much as a kid, and up until now, it's just a song that runs deep with me, and another like favorite on the album.
Yeah, this is such an interesting song. I don't know what you call it. I guess I think in country western. I guess I don't know. It's such a interesting genre to hit. Again, what I like about this album is again we're going into a different place we've never been before with this style of song, and it's even like a lot of the songs. He's almost like speak singing or something like that. It's interesting. There's moments where he is singing, and then there's moments where he's just almost speaking. But I kind of enjoy it. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a really good song.
I don't know if when you guys are listening to this, you guys play a little movie in your head, but I do.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah.
And Rocky Raccoon is not just a guy whose name is Rocky Raccoon. He's an actual raccoon. And I just imagine the raccoon sitting there smoking a cigarette, and while the raccoon is taking a smoke break, Paul McCartney is just sitting on the bench next door, and they're doing. Now, somewhere in the Black Mountain Hills of North Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. And one day, his woman ran off with another guy. Hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that. Said, "I'm going to get that boy." I love that part. His girlfriend's name is McGill. She called herself Lil, but everyone knows her as Nancy. That's just funny. He went to the saloon because he knew that Daniel, which is his rival, was there with Nancy in the saloon. So he found out that he's gonna burst into the saloon and surprise Nancy there by challenging Daniel to a showdown. So he bursts into the room and he says, "This is a showdown," and then he goes, "But Daniel is hot. He drew first and shot." And then right when he says that, Ringo does this thing on the snare drum that sounds like he's shooting. Yeah. I think that's super cool. I love the end where it's like, "The doctor came in stinking of gin." Like, so the doctor's been drinking. How good is this doctor? This song is just so much fun.
This is another blind spot. I was hearing it on my drive. The song started, and then Paul McCartney was doing that. He was doing that fake country accent at the beginning. He was like, "All right, then we tell you about this, all about Rock Raccoon." I'm like, "Oh no!" For a moment, I was like, "No, the only Beatle that should do country style music is Ringo." I was like, "Oh no!"
Yes, later on the album.
And then I just sat there. And then he started singing. I'm like, okay, this is intentionally goofy. The more I thought about it, the song crept into my top 10. I think this song is awesome. I think this is one you're not supposed to take it seriously, but the storytelling is still very engaging. And it's cool that Paul did a country style song. It's weird saying that, but he pulled it off. I think this is an awesome song. You may be wondering, where's Ringo in this album? Where's Ringo been singing wise? The last time he did a song was with A Little Help from My Friends back on Sgt. Pepper. But here he is. He's back. We got a song. Don't Pass Me By.
Yep, this is, like Nick was talking about, this is 4 for 4 right here. I love this thing to pieces. And it's another one, after it was done, rewound it, listened to it again. I just like, I love the "Don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue, 'cause you know, darling," and then the follow up of that, just yeah, this whole 4-song stretch is just it means something to me.
One thing you didn't mention is not only is he singing on it, but he wrote it too. This is the
Yeah.
first
Alright.
song ever wrote for the Beatles.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually,
William
I think he co-wrote one of the last ones. I think it was What Goes On.
What's that?
It's a
He
co-write.
co-wrote What Goes On.
He co-wrote it, but this is the first time he's actually
First one he
done
wrote
it.
solo.
Bro,
Yeah, this is the first solo written.
Without a little help from his friends.
It's like heavy country. You could definitely. This is definitely the most country you've ever heard this band ever go, and I am all for it. I am all for it. This is like when the Birds went country on Sweethearts of the Rodeo, and I'm all for that. And I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm like, these are good lyrics. Good job, Ringo. Good job. I crap on Ringo, and I'm like, you know what? You did good, Ringo. You did good. To me, this is one of the best songs on the album for me. I love the song.
yeah, what's interesting about this song is Ringo wrote the song like back in '63, and every album he's been trying to get this song on an album, and Lennon McCartney or George Martin was like, it's like that meme of like, oh, you wrote a song, let's put it on the refrigerator so everybody can see it, yeah, they denied him to get the song, and so it's kind of funny when you think about like, oh, okay, so when you get to the song, the whole album's this experimental album, and then you get to this song, and it's like, oh, this song feels like it should be on an album from the past. It feels like this would fit on A Hard Day's Night or Beatles for Sale. It feels like it should be in that era because that's when he wrote it. He wrote it in that era. I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't hate it. I think my problem with it is the violin part. Is maybe because it's too country for me. I don't know. It's annoying. Like I was like, if he took that out, I would like the song a little bit more. I do like the chorus. Don't pass me by, don't make me blue, whatever, darling. It's a catchy chorus and everything. It's not one of my favorites, but
Okay.
I really like this song. And I think this does fit the theme of the album. Because the theme of the album is we have no theme.
exactly, that's true.
It's like, why not a Ringo country song? Why not? Like,
Why not?
And I like the violin on here. That really adds to the countryness of it.
Yeah.
I like how the beginning is that piano's like. I love the drumming. Boom 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 boom. And this has one of the funniest lines ever in it. He says, "I'm sorry that I doubted you and treated you unfair. You got in a car crash and you lost your hair." I'm like, what is that even supposed to mean? That's hilarious.
So this is another blind spot. I was listening to it and I was blown away by it. This is probably one of Ringo's best songs with the Beatles, if I'm being honest.
Wow.
This song is excellent. Great country rock song. I love the production. Some of Ringo's best drumming on any song. You could tell he's so into the rhythm on this track. So there's some weird lyrics in it. Like, yeah, I noticed a car crash. I'm like, it's weird, but it's memorable at the same time. The chorus is great. Man, what an underrated Beatles song. This one made my top 10. It's awesome. Oh, we follow that up with this is gonna be an interesting one to talk about.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it in the road?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm going to keep this one short and go back to the Shakespeare well one more time on this stream. Methinkest thou art a general offense, and every man should beat thee.
Yeah, this is a song on an album. The path of the righteous man is best on all sides be the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper, and the vengeance of furious anger, those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. We had Lady Madonna right there. Right there. And
Lady
people like,
Madonna's a much better song than
well,
this.
why don't we do it in a row? Like Paul McCartney's like, I told this to Jason, like if I was the producer, I'd be like, we're not putting on this on the album, right? We're not doing this. We're not putting this on the album. Oh, I'm gonna put this on the album. No, we're not, Paul. We're not doing that. And he was like, no, we're putting it on the album. It's like, really? Lady Madonna was right there. It was right there.
It's like, hey, I got this Hey Jude song, or I got this Why Don't We Do It in the Road song. Which one should be on the album? And this is the song they picked. It doesn't make any sense.
It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Someone at Apple Records.
I can name many reasons why you should not be singing Why Don't We Do It in the Road, let alone actually doing it.
Someone at Apple Records should have been like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. Be like, hey, I've got this idea. Why don't we do it in the road? How about no?
Oh no.
Yeah.
How about no?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what they should say.
I'd be like, we can do that, but then at the same time, we could do the complete opposite of that.
If you want to know the backstory to this song, it's Paul McCartney, while he was in India, looked out the window and saw some monkeys doing it in the road, and that was the inspiration for this song. Is what would the monkeys be singing? Really?
Really?
That's what I have to say to this song.
I think we can move on.
I hate it. I hate this song. Oh my gosh. Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? I'm like, this is the extended version of Wild Honey Pie. But worse.
No, what a double feature.
And this song is so stupid. I'm like, what were you thinking? Lady Madonna. That's right there. Come on now. All right, we're moving on from this crap. Let's go to I Will.
I will admit that I Will is a much better song, but that's a low bar to climb over. But even still, this is still a very good song. This is one of the ones that I feel like gets slept on quite a bit. It's not top tier, but it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, I like this song. It's a really good song. I will say this is a song that's another song that's grown on me. I like the "Who knows how long I've loved you." I remember it's like, do I ask her name or do I recall? Or I remember there was like some lyrics. I'm like really good lyrically, but I will say it's a little on the plain side because Paul McCartney's. I mean, let's forget Wild Honey Pie and why the many reasons why we shouldn't do it in the road isn't on this album. But we have Rocky Raccoon, Blackbird, and Obla Diabla Da on this album, and you have this song. It's like it's not a song that I really see myself going back to that much. It's fine, it's good, but it's not a go-to song on the album for me.
Yeah, I really like the song. It's a wonderful love song. I love the sentimentality of it, I guess. How long I'll love you, say I will. You know, it's a kind of a beautiful song. It's short though. It's just so funny when you get to it. It's like, wow, this is really nice and lovely, and then it ends. You're like, wow, it's over already. So in that sense, it's a simpler song, I suppose, for Paul. But yeah, it's good. I really enjoy it.
So we had odd title placement already with "Tell Me What You See." I've just seen a face. Now we have "Why Don't We Do It in the Road?" I will.
Oh.
I just noticed that.
I saw the same thing.
I just noticed that. I never thought of that.
I will, Julia. Yeah.
No. Okay, let's stop. Let's get off of this train right away. And
Wow,
get back.
what a scary coincidence
Oh,
that is.
I think this is a fantastic song. I love the guitar playing on this song. Um, I like the lyrics. It's a very, very sentimental song here. And I think the real thing I like about the thing I really like about this song is that Paul McCartney is not playing the bass on this song.
Yeah.
He's singing it. He's going do 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 do. And I don't know. I think that's really cool. I like this song. It's good.
oh, I'm getting tired. I'm like, John, it's an all right song. It's better than the last song. But I think this is one that feels kind of filler to me. Like, there's nothing awful about it. There's some good piano playing on it, but it's just not one that stands out compared to some of the really amazing tracks on this album. But it's okay. Then we follow that up with, I've read people compare this, say this is John Lennon's Yesterday, because it's just him.
Yeah.
That's Julia.
That makes a lot of sense. This is a very beautiful song. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I'm going to go to Scott on this one. Julia was John Lennon's mother, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
I read it somewhere, and I was like, "Am I sure it's the mom?" And then, sure enough, yes, it is. This is
That's another
very,
Beatles song.
it's a very touching song, and it's just feels like John Lennon's most emotionally raw song, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, this has never been one of my favorite songs on this album. And for people who compare this to Yesterday, really? This doesn't even come close to it. Like, Yesterday is like to the roof, and then Julia's like on the low level. I'm like, it's all right. I don't know. To me, this is kind of a boring way to close out the first disc of the record. I'm like, oh, it kind of leaves me off on a, oh, okay. I mean, like, compared to like other double albums like Guns of Brinkston from London Calling or Kashmir by Led Zeppelin on that album, or another great closing to the whatever the last song to the Yellow Brick Road. I forget the name of it, but
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie too. Yeah.
that song, it's like there's like these amazing like great ways to like make you like, oh man, this is such a great way to close out the first disc, and this just kind of leaves me on a, oh, guess it's time to listen to the second disc now. I don't know. This song doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah, I really like the song. It's a beautiful acoustic ballad from John this time, and yeah, Julia. It's really sweet, kind of in the sense that his mom who died when he was young, and sing the song. It's also a song kind of for Yoko as well. He says Ocean Child. Ocean Child. I don't know I can't remember if that's Yoko Ono's Japanese name in English or that's a nickname that Yoko had was Ocean Child, but Ocean Child is a reference to Yoko, who is deeply in love at this time, And so it's kind of a song about his mom, song about Yoko. So it's kind of cool. And if I remember right, when he was in India, Donovan was another player that was a singer-songwriter that was there. And he kind of learned a lot from Donovan on how to like do acoustic guitar picking and stuff, and how to like basically play guitar without having anybody else. and John liked the idea of like, you mean I can just do this by myself and I don't need anybody else? Like, he kind of liked the idea, I think. And so it's kind of a solo John song where it's like, it's just mostly just him, I think. And which is kind of cool because we haven't really got that, I think, from John. We get that from Paul. Paul has these really beautiful acoustic guitar melody songs like Yesterday, Blackbird, and I Love Her, or whatever, and it feels like this is one time where John's like, hey, I can do that too, because this is the kind of song you think Paul would do. Sounds more like a Paul style song. And so it's so cool to see John really kind of, I think grow as a guitar player and a songwriter. with this song and writing this and just going, all right, I can be sentimental. I can write a sentimental song like Paul and do a good job anyway. So I don't know. I really like the song. It's one of my favorite on the album.
I really like this song. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but I do really like it. I like that it's just him and the guitar. And I will say, of the songs about trying to reconcile with his parents, I like this a lot better than the song Mother on Plastic Ono.
Yeah.
I do like that song. It's very emotional, but
It's very,
like,
yeah.
It can be, that song can be a bit much at times, where he's just like, Mother, don't go! It's just like, all right, John, I guess you just needed to scream for a bit and get that out. Like, I understand why he made that.
I've always liked Mother more than this one because I just hear the emotions more. I mean, yes, it makes me want to go to sleep forever, but you can really hear the emotions he was going through at the time. That's why, to me, this just feels like he was just kind of sleepwalking on this one. But Mother, I feel like he was like, tell me what you really feel, John. And he was like, okay, and then he makes Mother. I'm like, okay, maybe much, but he was in a dark time when he made that song.
What I like about this song is that the main hook of the melody is just one note. Half of what I say is meaningless. Do want to rate you, Julia? And then it changes later on, but he just spends a lot of time just on that one note. Dun, 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 dun. And even whenever he gets like later on, is like, I love the line. It's like, when I can't. It's like, when I can't speak my words, I can only sing my heart, or something like that. I can't sing my heart, I can only speak my mind, or something like that. I love that. That's a great line.
Yeah.
I like the just the kind of wondering melody of this song. Like, it's a very good melody, and the chords are very good. I like it. I think it's a good end to the first disc.
All right. Yeah, I like this song as well. I don't think it comes near as close to Yesterday. I agree with Nick on that.
Yeah, no.
But I do
Yesterday.
think it's a really good song. I do like the sentimentality that John Lennon brings to the song. I do think it's a touching tribute to his mother. Some good guitar playing. I thought it was a very sweet way to end side one. It just dawned on me. Side one and side two both open with heavy rockers, and side one and side two both close with introspective ballads. Birthday.
What a way to start off. I love this thing so much. Like, I listened to it on my run this morning. I crammed the second half on my run, and then subsequently in and home from work. And like it's such, the tempo's so fast. I just love it so much, especially when it gets to the part of, so you're gonna have a party. I had to resist the urge to be like, so you're gonna have a party, like that part. It just, it hits me right here. I love this song so much.
Yeah, I thought this was a really great way to open up the second disc of the album. Like Ryan was saying, that part with the "It's gonna be a party, it's gonna be a party." I love the chorus. Birthday, I would like you to dance. Birthday, take your chance. Birthday, dance. Yeah. Paul McCartney was going crazy on this song, and I thought, man, this is awesome. This is such a awesome way to open up this album. Definitely a great, like, hey, you chose to put the second disc on. Well, now it's everyone's birthday.
Buckle up.
Yeah, just looking at it's interesting. Like, I think 3 of the best rock songs are on this side of the album, to be honest. I say 3 best, the 3 most rocking numbers, and this is one of them. I think one of the most rocking numbers on the album, and shows just how good they are at these rock numbers and how they progressed, I think, since 62, whatever, when they first started. That guitar riff, yeah, it's a good guitar. Whatever, I'm not doing it right. But, like, it's a really good guitar riff that goes throughout, and some good guitar licks. Yeah, when you like in between, yeah, and and the song kind of changes from the beginning to that birthday. That part has a cool change in the song. Back to the dan 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 to dan. Like I love the musicality of it. Yeah, it's a fun song. I mean, it's not one of the top songs, but it's just a real fun song.
I remember I discovered this song on the Beatles Rock Band, and I've loved it ever since.
Yeah.
I played it on there.
Oh, great.
Apparently, this song came from the Beatles were getting very upset at each other in the studio. Decided they'd take a little break, and when they got back, they said, "Let's just make something fun that we'll enjoy making," and this is what they got out of it. I love the guitar riff. Super catchy. This is one of 2 times where Ringo Starr gets a drum solo. I love his little drum break there. We'll get to his next one on Abbey Road, but really just keeping the groove there. And then right after Ringo gets his little drum solo, then we get yes, we're going to a party. Yes, we're going to a party. Yes, we're going to a party. I would like you to dance. Birthday, take a chance. And then he gets to like dance. And it's like, what is he doing there? Because I remember playing that on the Beatles Rock Band. Every time I get in there, because we had the microphone that you could sing.
Yeah.
Whoever was doing the singing would just go dance. But like, I don't know what Paul McCartney was doing there, but I think it's really cool. It's fun that he's just kind of just screaming there. Then you get the guitar riff, and there's like some synthesizer or something in there. Well, it's not a synthesizer because they didn't use a synthesizer till Abbey Road, but there's some kind of other instrument that's like and I love the little guitar break. The I would like you to dance. And that little guitar riff they have underneath there is good too. And then they go like whenever he screams the dance. I really like this song, and it's not in my top 10, but I love this song to death. It's super fun. They're just trying to make a fun song, and they definitely achieved that.
All right. So the first time I ever heard this song, it was sung in a Full House episode. That's how I first was introduced to this song. It was sung by the characters.
Okay.
We all got to start
I
somewhere.
remember it was Uncle Jesse's birthday, and then Joey came in and sang it for
That's
him.
crazy. That was it. That was it.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Okay.
Yep.
I remember.
That was it. But years later, I finally heard the Beatles version, and yeah, it's awesome. This one is in my top 10. I think this is a great rocking number from the Beatles. I'm not saying that because I'm an emotional sap because today's my birthday. I think this is a great song. This would be like the best birthday jam if this was actually played at a birthday party. And I think that's why I love the song, because of how energetic it is. The guitar riff is really awesome. This is probably some of Ringo's best drumming on any Beatles song. I think he does a great job here. Paul's vocals, like he really lets loose on this song, and it's awesome. Crazy thing is, I read Yoko did backing vocals. Either my theory is she did backing vocals and they cut and they muted her mic in post, because I don't hear Yoko on this track at all, and that's easily for the best. Because if I heard Yoko on this song, she would have turned the most cool birthday song into a nightmare.
Can I be on the birthday song, guys? Of course you can be on the song Yoko. And then they just covered her up with like a song, the sound of like a truck blaring by or something to that effect.
George Martin
listened. The alternate universe where it's like, they say it's your birthday.
George Martin listened to the tape. Oh, it's like George Martin listens to the tapes and he's like, John, what is your girlfriend doing on this? We said she could be on Bungalow Bill, but not this one. I'm afraid I'm going to have to pull the fader down on this one.
Like, John, my brother in Christ, this is terrible. We're getting rid of this.
They'd be like, Yoko, use this mic over here. We got specially made. It's not plugged in. It's not, that's
It's called the Ono mic.
Yoko
Because,
Ono,
oh no, you've taken our microphones. You have to
Yoko,
use this special one.
Yoko accidentally invented the wireless microphone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, speaking of John Lennon, he's the focus of our next song on the album. He's singing Yer Blues.
So, yeah, there were a couple of songs on this side that I had no experience with prior to, and they were huge surprises in terms of quality, and this was one of them. It's like this and the next song we're going to talk about. All of a sudden, they kind of went from like, what are these, to these are in my top 10, and I will defend my decision on that. This is just one, like I said, didn't see it coming, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Nick,
You're muted. You're muted, Nick.
Thank you. If I was being honest, I thought the song was just okay, to be honest. It's not a terrible song per se, but I'm not a fan of it's just too slow for me. I just don't think the Beatles as a bluesy band, like, maybe if the Stones did this would be like an awesome song, but I don't know, John Lennon trying to do a bluesy song just doesn't fit well with me. Yes, I'm lonely, wanna die. Like, I know he was trying to mock blues artists, but I don't know, he couldn't pull off a blues voice on this one. I mean, I've heard a live version of this with the Dirty Mac in that circus thing that the Rolling Stones did. I thought that version was amazing.
I was about to say, perhaps you'd like to hear John Lennon perform it with Keith Richards and Eric Clapton.
Like, if he had blues people with him making this song, it would have been better. But I don't know, just for some reason, this studio version didn't really work well for me.
Yeah, I've never liked this song. It's definitely one of those songs I forget that's even on this album. And I get to it, I go, oh yeah, this song exists. Like, I totally forgot this song was ever a Beatles song. And I usually skip it if I can. I just don't care for the bluesy style of it. Don't care for John's vocals. Yeah, one of my least favorite.
I've always had a love-hate relationship with this song. On the one hand, I do like the bluesy feel of it. I like Ringo's drumming. Ringo's drumming is fantastic. There's some great guitar playing on here. And I love halfway through whenever it switches up tempos. Because at first it's like a boom, and then later it goes to a bum, and then George Harrison has this like really weird guitar solo, really weird guitar tone on there, like, and then it switches back to the boom. But apparently at that part they forgot to turn John's microphone on, so you can barely hear him at that part. At the end of the song, what I'll say I don't like is the lyrics are so depressing. Yeah. Like, it's too, the lyrics are a little too much. But I will say there's one thing I like about the lyrics, and it's the reference to Bob Dylan. They say something about Dylan's Mr. Jones in there, which is one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs. So appreciate the Dylan reference, but the rest of the lyrics are just too depressing.
All right. I actually like this song.
Oh, wow.
I like the bluesiness of it. There's some great guitar work on it. Great. I love John Lennon's vocals. I think it's like the lyrics. I can get that it's depressing. It definitely is. He's singing, "I want to die and I'm suicidal," and I'm like, the way John Lennon's singing it though, I really can't take him seriously when he says that. He's just doing a blues song. You're kind of going into the territory with this one. But yeah, I really dug this one. Great little jam song for the Beatles. Definitely not in my top 10, but I think it wasn't bad. All right, our next song on the album, Mother Nature's Son.
So, like I said, with last one talking about Your Blues and this one, didn't expect much from. It vaulted into my top 10, and this one especially. Paul's voice is so good here. The best way that I can describe this song is just tranquil. Like, and I know that I don't want to come off as like cheesy or anything, but it just is. And it just like singing about Mother Nature, just I didn't expect anything from it, but like halfway through I was like, Paul McCartney is like the reason why he was the most successful solo Beatle just becomes more clear the more I listen to this man. So yeah, top 10 for me.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you, Ryan. This is one of the best songs on the album. I remember, I remember when I first showed this song to Jacob, and I remember Scott and Jacob not being a fan of it when I showed it to him, and I just love the way he sings on it. It's such a beautiful song. It's like very simplistic, but it's like a simplistic that I really enjoy. Um, yeah, this definitely made my top five. I mean, my top 10, I should say.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I love this song. It's my favorite song on side two. One of my favorite on the album. And just that poor young country boy, Mother Nature's son. Oh, just so beautiful. The way he sings it, the melody is so great. Bum bum all day long. Just a beautiful song. Absolutely love it.
I love his guitar playing, and I love like the horns on there where it's like. Boom, 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 boom. I like the melody too. Born a poor young country boy, Mother Nature's son. Dun 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 dun. Do do do. Dun 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 dun. Boom ba dum dum ba dum. Mother Nature's son. It's a really great song.
Yeah. Paul McCartney does a good job singing on it. The guitar work is good. It's still a little too slow for my liking. That's why I still prefer the John Denver version. But yeah, I gotta give credit where credit is due. If Paul didn't write and record this song, we probably wouldn't have the John Denver version. So at least gotta give credit there. It's not in my top 10, but it's still a pretty good song. Next up, we got probably a title that's just as wacky as Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Everybody's got something to hide except me and my monkey.
Coming soon to theaters, the next James Bond film. This is this many songs are better than Why Don't We Do It in the Road, and this is one of them. It's not in my top 10, but I like the actual music, like the actual playing of the music. I know that sounds bizarre, but like the words were just odd to me. But like if they're like better words in this song, it'd be top 10 for me. But like they're ranting and raving about everybody's got something to hide. I'm just like, they were definitely on the drugs for this round of the record.
It's just an okay song. Again, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's just like one of the songs where it's like I'll listen to it. I do like the part where it goes just right out of nowhere, like come on, come on, come on, like heck. I remember my dad showing me that song. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's okay, but nothing too special for me.
I get the feeling I might be I might like this more than everybody else because this is one of my favorite songs on the album. It's in my top 10. I might be the only one that has it in top 10. I think it's a great rock song. It's such an underrated song that nobody's gonna talk about because it's such a weird. Yeah, it's probably the weirdest title they ever had, and it's trivia. It's the longest Beatle title. And you're like, yeah, no surprise there. It's pretty long title, and yeah, it's definitely one you go, everybody, what? My monkey? Like, what are they talking about? I don't know. It's a nonsensical song probably, but the guitar is so good with that. I love that guitar riff that it's in there, and I even like the beginning. I love how it begins with the bam 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 like just the 3 notes, and then the band, and it goes into that. Oh, I love that. It's so cool. And John's just killing on the vocals. The come on, take it easy. Come on, take it whatever. Take it easy. Bum, 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 take it easy. And then the everybody's got something to hide except for me and my monkey. Choo choo choo. That guitar playing and the drums, so good. Love it. And yeah, and the, come on. Just some of the best guitar playing, I think, on the album. I love it.
Well, Jason, you are not alone. This is also in my top 10.
Oh, okay.
I love this song. It's so ridiculous. Who makes this song called "Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me and My Monkey"? Who else would do that? I love the guitar at the beginning. First, you get ring like, and then the guitar comes in, bam, 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 bam. Come on, no, come on, no. And there's like this weird bell ringing in the background, like ding 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 ding. Sometimes you're like, okay, that's enough with the bell.
Yeah.
But it kind of works for the song. The annoying bell in the background. I don't know why, but I like to picture it's Ringo sitting in the back, and he's just like ding 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 ding. It's like, I'll stop ringing the bell if you let me write the song about the octopus. But like what Nick was saying earlier, I like the part where it just goes and just right out of nowhere goes back into it, and all these vocals like come on, and it's just like this is such a weird song, but like I don't know, I love it so much. I love the rockin' nature of it. It's a jam. The song is a jam, and it kind of sounds a little like the Rolling Stones, if I'll be honest. The song is very Stones inspired. So yeah, everybody's got something to hide except for me and my monkey. I like
that one.
Oh,
I didn't care for this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I will admit, I do like the guitar work on the song, but yeah, this song is just about as dumb as "Why Don't We Do It in the Road." Oh my gosh, this song is dumb. I don't get this song. All right, well, our next song. This one's pretty wild. I'm curious what everybody's thoughts are. "Sexy Sadie."
so this is not in my top 10, but it's an honorable mention. This is another one that I enjoyed way more than I expected. Again, it just barely misses out on my 10 personally, but there's like 3 songs on this side, and I'm in agreement with Nick in that disc 1 is just some of the greatest of all time, and then disc 2 just kind of like it kind of takes a bit of a step down, but there's still some small gems on this one, and "Sexy Sadie" is definitely one of them.
I like that piano opening. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of "Let It Be." Like the very beginning. Like I was expecting dun dun dun. You know the "Let It Be" piano thing at the beginning, but I don't know why. I just for some odd reason it reminds me of the "Let It Be" piano in the beginning of "Let It Be." Yeah, I love this song actually. This barely missed my top 10 as well. Actually, really good song. "Sexy Sadie, what do you know?" I like the part where it's like, "Oh, you're just a little burn on everyone. Sexy Sadie, you're the leader of them all." Of course, there's a fun fact that Sexy Sadie was supposed to be Maharishi, but he was like, I'll say Sexy Sadie instead. I'm like,
yeah.
okay. But yeah, this is another big highlighting album for me. I really liked it.
He was going to have a song where he's just going to really lay into the Maharishi. In fact, there's a story like he was leaving. He left early. And, he just kind of left abruptly. And the Maharishi was like, "Why are you leaving? What did I do?" And John says like, "Well, if you're so enlightened, you should know," or something like that. But you get it out of like, "Sexy Sadie, what have you done? You made a fool of everyone." He's talking about the Maharishi in this song. He's the sexy Sadie. Anyways, that's the story behind it. I don't know if anybody else you can talk on if you have any other input on that. That's what I.
The only other thing that I might add is I feel like John Lennon, when he went into this Transcendental Meditation camp, was all in for it, but as he went on, he was like, "Yeah, this is a bunch of crap. I don't buy into this," and so I feel like that's kind of part of the inspiration for this song too. Starts. I like the backing vocals. There's some interesting chords too, though. There's like the use of like augmented chords, which is really weird. And I like the hook of the song, "Sexy Sadie, the greatest and the greatest." This is not in my top 10, but I still do really like this song. It's an earworm, and I like kind of the chromaticism that's used in this song. It's very good.
All right, so I didn't know the backstory when I first heard this song. I was like, I don't know who this Sadie is, but she must have done some awful things to somebody that led to this song. But then you look into the backstory, it's like, this song is wild, man. Like, Sexy Sadie's a dude, and some Indian possible cult thing. I don't know. It's like, what? This is a crazy song, but so much baggage on this song.
Yeah.
Better than the monkey. Next up, let's go to I think a song I guarantee we're all gonna love. Helter Skelter.
So yeah, this one is great. It's just barely outside my top 10. If it was on any other album, it'd be in the top 10 or 5. But it's unfortunately on an album that I nearly gave myself a brain aneurysm trying to narrow it down to 10. So if it was literally any other album, it'd be on the 10, but it just barely misses the cut. Great song, though.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's a big fan of Black Sabbath and Megadeth, Metallica, I'm as someone who loves heavy rock, heavy metal music, I love this song. This song transformed me into the metal fan I am today. I remember when I first heard the song, I'm like, this is the Beatles? I was like, this is the Beatles? I remember being so shocked, and oh my gosh, this is an epic song. When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide. When I go for a ride, when I see you again, yeah. Will you want me to break you? Oh my gosh, this song is just epic. And just when you thought the song was about to end, it comes back. It's like putting a demon back to hell, and then the demon coming back to hell. It's like, I'm coming back for round 2. It's like weird sound effects. I'm like, what are they coming back from hell or something? I'm like, ugh, this is crazy. And then at the I got blisters on my fingers. And it just ends like that. I'm like, whoa. That's all I gotta say. Whoa.
Well, we got to thank the Who for this song, because I'm trying to think of what was it. I don't know if it was "I Can't Explain" or "I Can See for Miles" that.
I think it was "I Can See for Miles."
That Pete Townsend maybe said like, this is the rockiest song, or something like that song ever written, and all this, and it's like it's a good rock song. It's not the heaviest rock song you hear, but it's funny how he's like just talking about how heavy the song is, and Paul's like, okay, I will do one better. Like Paul was into upping people, like, you know, Brian Wilson writes Pet Sounds, and Paul's like, all right, we'll write Sgt. Pepper's. You know, he just loved to, like, he didn't like anybody doing better than him, and like, okay, I'll write the rockiest song, heaviest metal song you've ever heard, and this is the heaviest rock song the Beatles ever did. It is, shocking how heavy the song is. You get to it and you're like, this is I think Nick said, or Ryan or whoever said, this is the Beatles? Like, like this sounds nothing like you would think the Beatles would sound like. And that's what's so cool about the song. Yeah, that guitar, oh my gosh. Now, I don't know, they put some Scott could talk about maybe what they did on that guitar, but man, is that a heavy sound. And yeah, and Paul, man, it's like Paul you think of as the ballad guy, and John as the rock guy. I mean, they both can do both, but sometimes you tend to think that way. And then John writes one of the best ballads on the album with Julia, and Paul writes the rockiest song on the album with Helter Skelter. It's like, yeah, that's what's so cool about the album. It's like, man, like you don't expect this song to hit, and when it does, you're like, okay, the Beatles can do heavy metal. I mean, they say this kind of invented heavy metal or kind of influenced heavy metal in some way, is what I've heard. But yeah, it's a good song. It's like not a top 10 song for me because I'm not into the heaviness of it. But man, do I appreciate how heavy it is and how the Beatles did it. Was to me kind of incredible.
So this is an interesting song. Apparently, the sessions for this song were chaotic as well because they were just trying to make something just loud and like basically cause a ruckus. In the studio, while they were recording this, apparently George Harrison, inspired by the crazy world of Arthur Brown, lit an ashtray, put it over his head, and started running around the studio while they were recording this. Yep.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum.
Heavy guitar sounds here. It starts out with a slide like, and then McCartney's vocals. When I get to the bottom of it, back to the top of the slide, or whatever. I go back and go for a ride, and I'll see you again. Yeah. You're like, wow, like you went from "She Loves You" to this. Like that's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. You almost think that's not even the same band. But man. It just shows their growth as artists that they can do both so well. Great bass playing on here as well. It's kind of up in the air though as to who played the bass. Some say Paul did the bass on here. Some say it was John. But either way, whoever's doing the bass is doing a great job on here. And then apparently John Lennon is in the middle is attempting to play the saxophone, and those are those high-pitched squeaky noises you hear. That it's John Lennon just blowing into the saxophone because he didn't know how to play the saxophone. He was just blowing into it and making whatever sounds he could get out of it. And then there's this section where everything just stops and you just hear like just the guitar strings go. I'm coming down fast. Helter Skelter. And then it fades out, and just whenever you think, oh gosh, wow, that was crazy, then it fades back in, and it's back. And apparently they did a lot of different takes of this song. Yeah. Legendarily, what you hear is an edit of the song. The full jam, the full performance of this take was 27 minutes long.
Oh.
And they edited it into the song. So doing all those different takes, and Ringo basically drumming his heart out. At the end of the take, Ringo had just played so much that he literally couldn't take anymore. He threw his sticks down and screamed, "I got blisters on my fingers!" And they thought that was so funny that they kept it in the final mix.
That was great.
I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of the song.
Yeah.
Anyway, this song is great. It's probably the heaviest song the Beatles have done, which is interesting that Paul's the one who wrote the heaviest song. Because you think John would do that, but John wrote the two other heaviest songs, "I Want You, She's So Heavy" and "Revolution," but this one kind of tops all of them.
Yeah, this is definitely the heaviest Beatles song of all time. I can see how this influenced the heavy metal genre. That's a genre I'm not super into. Not that I don't care for it or anything. It's just I'm very much an amateur when it comes to that genre. But I will say this: not only do I love this song, but this song is in my top 3.
Wow.
This song is amazing. I love the rocking nature of this song. The chaotic structure of it is just so cool to listen to. I love Paul's crazy vocal work on it. Like the higher his voice gets, the more I'm heavily jamming to this song. It's really crazy, and I think I'm like for the longest time I'm like, what's a Helter Skelter? Is this another one of those nonsensical songs? He's actually referencing a slide. That's like a British term,
Like,
and
It's
the
a
song
carnival
apparently
slide.
is an allegory. It's like him going down the slide is compared to like the destruction of an empire. I'm like, okay.
I thought it was just a relationship.
I'm like, that's kind of crazy, but okay. But I still love the song. Some of the crazy effects on this song are really cool. And then you close off with, I got blisters on my fingers. I laughed so hard when I listened to this song. I'm like, that is the best way to end this crazy song. Uh, I think Ringo saying that at the end of the song is what pushed it into my top three, if I'm being honest. Gotta love old Ringo. All right, so the last song on side 3 of disc 2, we go back to George Harrison with Long, Long, Long.
So this was just fine for me. Honestly, I don't really have a ton to say. It's nice, but it was just kind of there for me. I don't really have a ton of notes on this.
I'll say the whiplash from the heavy, heavy, heavy Helter Skelter to Long, Long, Long has to be like one of the most craziest things you could have in a rock album. Just the intense whiplash from those two songs. Having that said, this song's starting to grow on me. It really has. It still wouldn't be like one of my absolute favorites on the album, but I'm starting to really enjoy it. I'm not a fan of the weird ending where it's like the glasses are having the weird sound and George is like going, ah. I thought that was so weird.
yeah.
I still do, but I think it's a nice melody. It's been a long, 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 long time. Burn, 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 boom. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a Phil Collins song, but like without the '80s production to it. Like I could imagine Phil Collins doing this, but
Yeah,
like
but
without the
it'd be way more upbeat.
it'd be more upbeat and it would have like the '80s Genesis sound to
It'd
it.
have
Like
better drumming.
Be a lot of drumming on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no drumming on it.
It'd be good. Yeah.
I will say there were better George songs in the can while making it sound like there was a song called Not Guilty that I thought was much better than this one.
You're right.
Even 102 takes, and George was like, not good enough. My opinion would have been much better on the album, but that's just me. Still, I'm trying to come. I'm kind of getting my way with this song, but it's not a. It's actually slab dead middle in my list, so it's ranked number 15 on the list. So it's not towards the bottom, but it's not towards the top either. It's like slab dead in the middle.
Yeah, I really like this song. I thought that was a hot take, but I'm glad it seems like you guys are kind of liking it or you don't hate it. So I'm glad to hear that. We'll see about Scott and Jacob. But yeah, this is such an underrated hidden gem song. I mean, obviously, it's never going to be a hit song or anything. And you got an album, just 30 songs, so you just, throw whatever song you have on there. But man, I don't know, it's a kind of a beautiful song. And I love how it's sung. I love that. Yeah, I love that whole melody of the long, long, long time. I don't know how he elongates that. I don't know. I really like it. Like, and it's kind of a nice, like, I think, like, kind of a love song, if I remember right. I'm not thinking of the lyrics, but it's not very long, I don't think, if I remember right. And there's not a lot to it, but it's just one of those songs where it's like, yeah, it's not going to be a huge song, but it's nice. Like I get to it and I forget that's on here, and I go, oh yeah, this song. It's another song you kind of forget that's on here because it's not a Beatles song that anybody ever talks about. But then you hear it and you go, it's not bad. This is actually really good. It's a nice little hidden gem that just all of a sudden popped up. Anyway, so yeah, I really like it.
So you go from the loudest Beatles song to the quietest Beatles song.
Yeah.
I will say, this song gives me such an uneasy feeling listening to it, and I can't explain why it is. Maybe it's just because it's go from the really loud to the really quiet. But I don't know. Like I listen to this and I'm like, why do I get a creepy haunted feeling while I'm listening to this? Like sometimes when I listen to this, I look behind me because I'm like, is something behind me? And I feel like I feel like the ghost of George Harrison is right behind me singing this song, and that he's there just like singing, and I'm like, why is he singing? And then when it gets to the end and there's the woo, and he goes, ah, I feel like he's there trying to warn me that something even creepier than the ghost of George Harrison is behind him and to watch out or something like that. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like the song a whole lot because of that. It just gives me such an uneasy feeling listening to this song, just because I don't know. It's just off-putting hearing such a quiet song after the loud song, and then having that thing at the end. I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so uneasy listening to this song.
All right. This song's all right. It's probably one of the weaker songs on this album, in my opinion. But it's a sweet sentiment. I think it's a pretty solid love song.
Yeah.
I actually read, according to George Harrison, the song apparently has two meanings. You could take it either as a love song to a woman or a love song to deity. So I guess
Okay.
George seems to think it's more about, because I think he was into Hinduism. So
Yeah, I can see that.
I try to lean more into the fact it's a average romantic love song, personally. But I think the sentiment's fine. I like the guitar part. I do agree with Scott and Nick. I'm not a big fan of the ending thing. It just adds this unintentional creepiness to the song. It's kind of a weird way to end the song. I will say it's better than the Inner Light. But
Yes.
it's still not. I think George has done better than this song, personally.
Oh yeah.
All right, so now we flip the record one last time to the last side of the album, and we start off with Revolution 1.
So the Beatles made 3 versions of Revolution, and the best one was left off the album, but we will get to that. This one was just, it was fine. It has a nice sentiment, but it was way too slow for me. And like, and like I said, nice words. Technically, I don't really have a problem with it. It just, like, the song was just like walking through quicksand for me.
Yeah, there's 3 different versions of it, like Ryan said. This is my favorite version of it. I could say I'm confident that none of us will say Revolution 9 is our favorite, but
I don't know anyone who would. I don't even think John Lennon would think Revolution 9 is his favorite version.
How did that song go again? Number 8? Number 8?
Number 8?
8? Nah.
Number 10? Number 10?
I think you're thinking about Barney from The Simpsons.
Number 12.
Number 8? For number 8? In all seriousness, I love this version of the song. I used to prefer the heavier version, but the older I get, the more I prefer this version. And you're probably thinking like, "Oh, you're young. What do you mean getting older?" Like I said, I've been listening to this album since I was a little kid, so I've been listening to this album for a long time. And yeah, the older I get, the more I prefer the slower version. And I love the shoo-be-doo, all right, shoo-be-doo, all right. Oh yeah, I love the you and you know it's gonna be shoo-be-doo, all right. It's like shoo-be-doo, and you know it's gonna be. Like every time I hear the hard version, I'm always expecting them to say, and you know it's gonna be, but it's just like, all right, bump, 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 all right. Like I'm missing the it's gonna be choo-be-doo, all right. It's just I get an empty feeling listening to the hard version. And again, I love hard music. I'm a Metallica guy. I'm a Black Sabbath guy. I love me some heavy stuff. I like Slipknot, but I don't know. I just don't think the hard version is necessary. Even John Lennon didn't intend it to be hard at first. It was the only reason why they even re-recorded it to be a harder version was to put as the B-side to Hey Jude. So technically, this was the intended version.
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know if anybody else was like this. The first version I heard of the song was Revolution, the song that we know, the fast-paced hard rock song. And that's the first time I heard the song, of course, so I only knew it as that song. And I love that song. We'll get to that one. Of course, on the B-side. Yeah, so it was always just, it really surprised me when I first heard this album and we got to Revolution 1 and I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like Revolution. Like it's like the same lyrics and has kind of the same vibe or same structure. I don't know how to say it. Same kind of melody. I don't know. And yeah, and I was like, wow, why did they do two versions? And I thought I heard like the heavier rock version was like maybe couldn't, I don't know, one of them couldn't be played on the radio. I thought it was banned or something. I might be wrong about that. But I thought I heard something like that. And so this version was like more acceptable. I don't know. I might be wrong. But anyways, go to this song. I still like it. I still like the overall song. I like John's vocals and everything. Even though it's a little bit slower, it still has the same kind of idea behind it that I like. We'll get to that. I guess the faster version. I do like that better because I think I heard that first and it's such a rocking number. I do love that part of that song. But yeah, I still think this is a good song.
I'm going to save most of my thoughts on this song for when we get to, like, with the lyrics and stuff, for whenever we get to the faster version. So I'm just going to talk about this particular version. If the other version didn't exist, I would think this was just an okay song. It's like a slow, relaxing, bluesy song. The shooby doo bop is kind of catchy. I will say the reason I mainly do not like this version is because the music style really just does not go well with the message. I feel like the hard rocking version just carries the message so much better of the song. And the way he sings it is just kind of like ho hum. I don't care. I'm not going to pick a side. I'm just singing this, but I don't believe it. He even says in this version, "Don't you know that you can count me out in?" I'm like, no, you don't. That's missing the point of the song. You're basically saying your stance is you have no stance in this version, and like, why even write a song in the first place then? I don't know. I don't like that about this song. But I kind of like the laid back nature of it. It's an interesting alternate version, kind of like the country honky tonk women on Let It Bleed by the Rolling Stones. Ooh.
I can't stand this version at all. Now, I don't have a thing against alternate versions. I actually like both the rock version and the country version of Honky Tonk Women. This, I don't know why John Lennon thought it was a good idea to make a slow bluesy version, especially with a song with a message like this. I was like, I'm pretty bored with this version. I cannot take this song seriously anymore. I felt like I was listening to a parody of Revolution once the Shooby Dooba started popping up. I'm like, I'm gonna say it. This song's in my bottom 3 on this album. It's not good. I don't care for this version at all.
I did not see that one coming.
Now we go from the wild honey pie to just honey pie.
Not a freezing cold take. This is far better than wild honey pie. I know you all are blown away by this, but it's true. At least this version is coherent. It's not in my top 10. It's like firmly in the middle for me. But for me personally, I mean, it's just okay. Okay.
This song sucks. I
didn't expect the can out so soon.
Here's the steaming hot take. This is the worst song on the album for me.
The worst song.
Oh wow.
Worse than Revolution 9.
Oh wow.
I hate. I'm gonna do kind of like what Briar did. You guys ready for a rant?
You ready for a rant?
I hate this song. I hate this song.
You didn't
starts
hear
off-
that at Jersey Mike's, did you?
Oh, if I did it, I would stand up and throw rotten tomatoes at them. If you know, you know. It starts off with this cheesy. She was a working girl, north of England way. And then I could just imagine like Paul McCartney wearing a 1930s Yankees cap and jersey with a baseball in the back of his head. Now she's at the big time in the USA. It's so stupid. Here's what I say. Honey pie, you're making me crazy. You're making me lazy. Oh, please come home. On the silver screen. Like, what are you like? Imagine that. He took the graininess of When I'm 64 and multiplied it to a gajillion. This song sucks. And then there's the part where it's like, all right, let me listen to When I'm 64 a billion times by the way over this.
Yeah.
I got you like that. What kind of music? What kind of music? Like, what is this? What is this? Just imagine, like, I'm in love, but I'm lazy. Like, I couldn't stand a second of this song. Like, give me Revolution 9 any day. I take If You Get Naked over any bit of this. I'm sorry. I hated this. I will always hate this song.
I don't
Yeah.
think you like the song, guys.
I don't know. Something tells me that he might like a little bit. He's just hiding it. You know, everybody's got something to hide, except for me and my monkey.
There you go.
Maybe it'll warm up on you. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is one of the worst songs I ever did as a Beatles fan. This is like a bottom 10 Beatles song of all time. And saying that, it's the fourth worst one on the album. There's like 3 songs I hate worse than this. It's funny. I love this album. I'm gonna give it a great score at the end. But there are 4 really bad songs on this album. And this is one of the 4 for me. Yeah, he went for this like I'm trying to think of, I don't know what genre this is. I want to say 40s
Music hall, vaudeville.
It's like vaudeville. He did like this. It's like, okay, I'm okay, Paul, with you going back to the 50s and trying to 50s style, but this is way too old of a style to try to do. It does not work. I liked Rocky Raccoon. I like some of the styles that they played with. This is one style that does not work for me. This old vaudeville. Yeah, what Nick said, I kind of agree with everything. It just does not work as a Beatles song for me. Yeah, it's one of the worst.
If I'm gonna be honest, I think this song is way too fun to hate. I said it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love When I'm 64. When I'm 64 is a billion times better than this.
Yes.
But I don't hate this
Agreed.
song. Like it's still kind of near the bottom, but like I don't know. There's kind of a goofy charm to it that makes it impossible for me to hate it. Like I will say his vocals do get a bit over the top dramatic sometimes, especially at the beginning with that Cockney accent. Like she was a working girl, north of England way, and then like there's like the sound of like an old '78 record like crackle. And then his voice becomes muffled as like, now she's hit the big time in the USA. I will say there's kind of a cool hidden guitar solo that's kind of buried down in the mix later on. It's like, I think that's cool. Like this music hall thing. Yeah, I don't want the Beatles to do this all the time. But it's kind of fun as just like a little one-off thing. Like if we're gonna do songs kind of in this style, give me more like When I'm 64 or Martha My Dear. But like this one, best that they just did this once and got it out of their system. I mean, well, more like McCartney got it out of his system because I don't think the others would really want to do this.
Yeah, Martha My Dear has grown on me dramatically. I love that. I'm starting to love that song now. But this song, This song will never grow on me.
Like, I like this song. I don't love it. It's interesting to hear the Beatles do a vaudeville tune, but like, I'm glad they didn't. We'll say I'm glad they didn't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like I'm going to be the biggest defender of this song, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
I actually really like this song. This is I think that's one of the things I love about this album, because you have so many crazy good musical styles in this album. You got like a spoof of the Beach Boys, you got a little bit of country in there, you got heavy metal, you got, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Revolution 9, but they were trying to do like an avant-garde thing. And this song's trying to be a musical theater type song.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I'm a big fan of movie musicals. I like the old school movie musicals. I like, especially the Gene Kelly movies, like Singing in the Rain. But listening to this song kind of reminded me of like this lost Hollywood musical song that was left buried and then resurrected by an unlikely source. I actually really like the style of that. Yeah, the song is, I'll admit it, it's corny. It is very over the top. The way Paul sings the song, oh, she's hit the big time. I'm like, but I think those quirks are why I love this song. I can just imagine Paul McCartney singing this song with his fancy suit on, tap dancing like Gene Kelly, and I would honestly get a good kick out of that, if I'm being honest. It's not in my top 10, but I think I'm the only one crazy enough to give this a strong honorable mention.
I think so.
I really like this song.
Hey, look, this album has so much different varieties. We're gonna have different opinions. I mean, I'm the biggest defender on Revolution 1. You're the biggest defender on this track. I'd say Jason was the biggest defender on Long, Long, Long. So
As
we're
long
all
as
gonna have
nobody likes Why Don't We Do It in the Road?
Yeah.
Nobody likes that one.
No one.
I think Scott was the biggest defender of Everyone's Got Something to Add except me and my monkey.
Yeah. I love that song.
All right. Well, our next song is, I didn't know what the heck this was when I first heard it. Savoy Truffle.
Oh, the Savoy Truffle.
I thought that this was about mushrooms. You know, because truffles are mushrooms.
I'll tell you what it's really about when it gets to me.
Okay.
Because years of watching Hell's Kitchen have like fine-tuned me like truffle, like, oh yeah, those are mushrooms. No, apparently it's about chocolate.
Yeah.
I was today years old when I figured that one out.
Yeah.
Didn't love it, didn't hate it. I thought this was just fine.
I actually really like this song. Green Tangerine. It's just basically going over like a bunch of like sugars and all that. I'll let Scott go over the backstory because I love the backstory of this song. It's pretty fun. I'll give him the honors, but all I gotta say is this is such a fun song. I know we're doing a top 10, but I'm gonna cheat and do a top 15. And yeah, this song's too good. I want this to be my top 10, but it's an honorable mention. It's such a fun song.
Yeah, it's funny. This has always been one of my least favorite songs on the album. It's always been towards the bottom. I always kind of put this in Piggies as kind of these throwaway songs that are like nonsensical songs from George that George came up with. And so I never really listened to the song very often. Re-listening to it, though, it's growing on me more. I think I just need to listen to it more, maybe. It might grow on me. I kind of do appreciate, or I do kind of like the green tangerine, like that part. It's kind of catchy. And I'm like, that's kind of cool the way he sings it. And the guitar parts are pretty good. And there's some catchiness to it, I guess. I don't know. It's funny. It's just one of those songs that I've just never been hooked on. But it might grow on me.
This is my second favorite George song on this album, and by far the best song on side 4, in my opinion.
Okay.
I love this song. I love the saxophone section on this song. Man, the saxophones really hit hard on this one. But the origins of this song start because George Harrison was good friends with Eric Clapton, and Eric Clapton would visit the studios sometimes, which one time when he was visiting, he played While My Guitar Gently Weeps. We already discussed how he played on that one. But apparently George and Eric Clapton would sit around the studio and eat boxes of chocolates, like the whole box. Not just like one or two, but they'd eat like the whole box. And George Harrison would joke with Eric Clapton saying, like, you better watch out. If you're eating that much chocolate, you're going to have all your teeth pulled out. And so that was kind of the origin story of this song, is that he wrote the song based on that. And he opened up one of the boxes of chocolates and apparently just lifted the names of these chocolates straight from the box. Yeah. So like the green tangerine, the Montelimon, and the Savoy Truffle were all real chocolates that were in this box of chocolate that Eric Clapton and George Harrison were eating. And apparently the Savoy Truffle was the big one in the middle. And that's why they say you have to pop all your teeth pulled out after you eat the Savoy Truffle, because it's the big one. But I think it's funny, like for a song as rocking and upbeat as it is, it's just a song about how George and Eric Clapton eat too much chocolate. Yeah. But I also love we already had Glass Onion with the self-referential humor. George does it here too. He says, "We all know Obla Dee Blah Da." I think it's funny that they referenced that song on here, which probably was expressing his frustrations with having to do so many takes of that song. But it's a really fun song. I like the guitar too. And I love how the vocals go, "You have to have them all pulled out after the Savoy Truffle." Ba-na-na-na. Yeah, Ringo's drumming. He's got some good drum fills on here too. Yeah, this is my favorite song on side 4. And I really want this to be in my top 10, but sadly it's going to have to just be an honorable mention because there's some very fierce competition on this album.
All right, so interesting story. I was first hearing this song driving down the road after the Thanksgiving break, heading back to Tennessee, heading back to school a couple weeks ago. So I first heard the song. I'm like, first off, what's a Savoy Truffle? And then I was hearing the song. I'm like, is this a song about drugs? I was like, that's what I first thought this song was when I first heard it. I'm like, George, you've lost it on this song. I'm like, this song lost me more than Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. So I was like, this is weird. So I listened to it again because when I first ranked the song, this was in my bottom 5. I listened to it again, and listening to it, I was reading the backstory at the same time while reading. I'm like, okay, the truffle's a chocolate, and this song is about Eric Clapton having a chocolate addiction. I'm like, that's actually kind of funny. Of all the things, you write a song about that, but I guess that's the Beatles for you. I mean, it's not my favorite on the album. In some ways, this is kind of a throwaway song, but I really love the horns on this. It kind of reminds me of the Beatles doing a Motown style song. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think it's quite up to par with my favorite songs on the album, but it's kind of fun for what it is. Well, we're down to the last 3 songs on the actual album. Next up is Cry Baby Cry.
This was a pleasant surprise, and I don't know, I guess we'll gauge the temperature of the room as we go along, but this is not in the top 10, but this was one of the ones that I said to myself, that was honestly way better than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those songs where I thought it was just okay. Nothing to hate on, nothing to like bring the trash can out for, but I thought it was an okay song. One part I always thought was super creepy was the "Can you take me back where I came from? Can you take me back?" Like, it's like so creepy, especially knowing Revolution 9 would come right after it. It's like when you're about to go into a haunted mansion and like someone in a stray jacket or like some creepy girl is like, you're gonna die in this haunted mansion. It's like someone's outside like warning you about the danger you're about to go. It's like, turn back now. So yeah, it's okay for the most part, but man, that last part is creepy.
Yeah, it's another song where I forget about the song ever existing. It's just not one I ever go back to as a Beatles fan on the album. And then when I get to it, I go, oh yeah, this song, pretty good. It's not bad. It's not one I remember a lot about. So it's like I don't have a lot to say. It's fine.
This song is kind of have some creepy vibes to it because it starts out, it's just kind of like a bedtime nursery rhyme. It's like, cry baby cry, you're old enough to know better, so cry baby cry. And it starts out with like a nursery rhyme, kind of like the king and his men and stuff. But then you get later on in the song, and it's like we all gathered together for a seance in the dark. I'm like, this is getting darker as the song goes on. And then especially at the end, where you get Paul McCartney's little hidden track, "Can You Take Me Back?" That's just straight up creepy. It's really short. It's just like, "Can you take me back where I came from? Can you take me back? Can you take me back where I came from, brother? Can you take me back?" And then boom, doom, boom, doom, 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 doom. Like Nick was saying, this sounds like Paul McCartney is saying, "Don't go any further on this album. You don't want to know what comes next."
Or he could be poking fun of the Paul is dead conspiracy theory.
Maybe. But I always took it as like Paul McCartney is saying, you don't want to go to the next song. Don't proceed. Pick the needle up. Don't proceed any further. You don't take me back. Which is funny because that's the last time you hear Paul on the album. You don't hear him on the next two songs. So he's basically saying, I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'll see you on Abbey Road. You don't, but you don't want to go further. I'd turn back if I were you, which is really disturbing because I know, and I should have listened to him. I should have went back, but I had to go further for the sake of the video, and we'll talk about that when we get to it.
He's like,
All
honey,
right.
my job is done. I did honey pie. I'm out.
I'm obla debla doblin out of here.
All right. I thought this was a hidden gem. I actually thought this was a really good acoustic song. I like the chorus awfully well. It's not one that made my top 10, but I think it's an underrated song on this album. Well, now we follow that up. Paul made his Anonymous Morning. Now we have, is it a revolution or is
You
it
say you want a revolution.
number 9? Number 9?
We finally came to the song.
The most infamous track in the Beatles history.
Yep,
and I say track, not song, because this is not a song.
So my thoughts on this one are going to be brief. And to properly say how I felt after this song was done, I am going to quote from the pillar of art known as Billy Madison. What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Wait, what was that from again?
Billy Madison.
Oh yeah.
It's the meme.
that scene. That's a great Adam Sandler movie. I'll put it simply. The Watusi. The twist. That's my review.
You're not gonna bring the can out?
Yeah, I need the can.
Of all the songs to get the can.
It's not even worth.
Oh, it's not even worth the effort to grab the can.
It's not worth the time and effort into bringing it up. We all know it's trash. It's like
I'll be the most detailed in my review because somebody's got to talk about the song.
Nicholas Yarembinski, you disappoint me, sir.
It's like, why bother? We all know this track is garbage.
I know.
Somebody's got to talk about why it's garbage, though.
Do we have to though?
I'm going to. I'm going to go through every little detail of. Well, not
Every
every
little
detail.
detail.
No,
Every detail.
no.
I think-
I misspoke when I said that. I'm going to talk about parts of the song and why it's bad.
I was to say, I don't think I could. This video is long enough, to be honest.
Well, the good news is this is the 213th best song that the Beatles ever put out. The bad news is there's only 213 songs. That's the.
Ooh.
But
Are we counting anthology?
because I did my ranking of every Beatles song, and this was dead last. This is, I think everybody, not everybody, I won't say that. There's somebody out there who'd be like, oh, it's a masterpiece song or something. Or I've heard people say Beatles never made a bad song, and I go, I'm a big Beatles fan, and I don't agree with that. But yeah, it's nonsensical rubbish for 7 minutes or something. I can't remember. It's the longest Beatles song I think they ever did, which is insane. And the most memorable thing, I will say the only good thing the song gives us is the number 9, number 9, number 9. And forever, anybody that knows this album is a Beatles fan. Anytime you see the number 9, we all do it. We all do the number 9, number 9, and then we have a little laugh. So it did that for us. That's it.
I went to a restaurant one time that had a number 9, and I ordered it that way. I said, "Can I have a number 9?
Number 9.
Number 9?" And they probably thought it was crazy. Anyway, we need to talk about what this song is and why it's bad, because everyone's just says it's bad. We need to talk about why. So, in the recording of Revolution number 1, what you hear on the album is only half of the take. They stopped it halfway through because the other half was just a bunch of jamming and John Lennon and Yoko Ono making weird noises and sounds trying to show what a revolution would sound like. Anyway,
That doesn't really narrow it down.
John had the brilliant idea of, well, let's separate the let's separate the halves. We'll have the song be its own track, and we'll have the revolution ambient sounds be its own thing as well. And whenever he did that, he had the other brilliant idea of, well, let's make it even more revolutionary by adding sound effects, tape loops, and all that jazz. So what this is it's not a song, it's a sound collage of what John Lennon thinks a revolution would sound like. And it's weird. It is so weird. The first thing you hear some studio chatter from some of the people. It's like, I need to get you a bottle of wine. I'm sorry about that. And then you just hear this weird piano like, do, 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 do. And you hear the studio executive going, number 9, number 9, number 9. And then you get like something backwards. And then it's like an orchestra tuning up. And then all this down, number 9, number 9. All this weird sound. I'm like, what did Yoko do to you, John? You wrote Strawberry Fields Forever just last year, and now you're making this crap?
Oh, yeah.
This has to be Yoko's influence on this song here. Because he was making all these amazing songs. Even most of the other stuff on this album that he makes is just fantastic. But this, come on, man. And then you just get like all this weird random conversations that I'm like, what does this even have to do? Because I looked up what they were saying because it just sounded like mumbling. There's one that it's like, and there's a man with a rabbit wearing brown underpants. I'm like, what? And then there's another one that's like, and I decided to leave and join the bloody Navy. I'm like, what does this have to do with the revolution? What does this have to do with the revolution? Just random conversations.
I'll quote another comedy, The Truman Show. What does this have to do with anything? Tell me what's happening.
And then it like cuts out and he's like, take this, brother. May it serve you well. And you get like sounds of cheering and he just goes, yeah, right, which was taken from the end of the Revolution jam session. And then you get Yoko Ono doing some kind of weird spoken word thing that I have no idea what the heck that is. It's really embarrassing. And there's this part where everything just cuts out and you hear like some old song playing on the radio and the sound of a crackling fire and a baby just starts crying and it's super creepy. I'm like, this what kind of demented song is this? And it's not a song, it's a track. But at the very end, you just get like sounds of cheering and people saying, block that kick, block that kick, block that kick. And you're like, I want my money back. That's the biggest waste of 8 minutes of my life. That's the worst part. This thing is 8 minutes long. You could have put Hey Jude on here and you went with this. You went with this. You went with this. Okay? You guys are some of the smartest songwriters ever. You got a whole double album to do whatever you want. You've already done some weird and wacky and odd stuff. Okay? You already had Bungalow Bill and Rocky Raccoon, which both great songs, by the way, but they're still weird. You had Why Don't We Do It in the Road, which is absolute crap, but it's experiment. You had Wild Honey Pie, which is like, what the heck am I doing? I'm just playing around and goofing off in the studio. But no, you had to fill up 8 freaking minutes of this album with number 9, with like, just because you're the biggest band in the world doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Well, you can, but I'm going to quote Ryan with his movie quotes.
Yeah.
I'm going to quote one. This is Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park. They spent so much time thinking whether or not they could that they didn't think whether or not they should.
Such a good quote.
That was not the Jurassic Park quote I thought you were going for.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a big pile of bull. That's a big pile of shit.
yeah, that one works as well.
That's a good one too.
That one works as well, but I was thinking of the one is very applicable as well. But
You take it, you pat it, you sell it, you sell it.
I was thinking you were going with that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Why were you were just like, let's just do it just because we can? If they had put that much effort, because this is, I'm sorry, I'm rambling on a little too much about this song, but this was done in the 60s. That's the only thing I respect about this song is that they had to make tape loops with actual tape and cut up the tape to make the sound effects. It was really difficult to make this song.
This
track. This does not deserve to be called a song. It's a track.
You worked so hard.
If they had worked this hard on making this track on an actual good song, it would have been amazing. But no, we had to have Yoko Ono talking about how you get naked with sounds of people at a football game. How does this have to do with the revolution? I'll tell you what has to do with the revolution. The B-side of Hey Jude, which we're going to talk about later. Next.
Okay, I don't know how I'm going to top that rant.
Show the bin and we move on.
Yeah, where's the garbage can?
It's garbage. The only thing I'm going to say, because I think, Scott, you just summed up perfectly what I have to say about this song. It's the worst Beatles song I've ever heard in my life. And calling it a song would be an insult because it's just, it's not, it's actually not 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh, man.
That's how long this song is. And it's just torture. When I listened to the whole album for the first time, I was driving back to Tennessee, pouring down snow, and this song was playing while I was driving in heavy snow.
Oh no!
It was the most torturous 8.5 minutes of driving in my life because I'm trying to concentrate on the road, and you have all this number 9, and I'm like, this is a nightmare. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey Jude should have been the second to last song on this album. Not this flaming garbage. That's it. That's all.
Want to know how bad this song is? I would rather listen to Time, the entire album by Fleetwood Mac.
Thank you.
Than this song. It's a track. I can't call it a song. But I will say, this is not this is not what I would say is the worst song ever written or ever made.
Oh, okay.
There is one song that's an actual song that I think is actually worse than this. And I have to hear it on the radio all the time. I'll say what that is later.
Well, after that stinker, let's say good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Anything after that is like just top tier. But
Yeah.
in the context of the whole album, this was another one I thought was just fine. It's got a nice little violin section near the back end that I did appreciate. But overall, like I said, the song was just fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired now, to be honest. I don't have really much more to say. It's just an okay Ringo closer, to be honest.
I really like the song. It's one of my favorite on the album. It's definitely by far my favorite on side 4 or whatever. I love it as a closer because it's good night. You know, it's the end of this long album, and we're saying good night. I love it. I love that we end on this song. It's like a lullaby that John wrote for his son, I believe, and yeah, for a reason they gave it to Ringo to sing, and I thought Ringo did a really good job vocally on it. It's a sweet song. I love the orchestra. Oh, the orchestra is so beautiful. I love orchestra music, the string section, whatever that comes in. Oh, it's beautiful melody. And yeah, it's not. This song gets a lot of hate. I hear a lot of Beatles fans like this is like one of the worst songs. It's very hated, I think, by a lot of people. I get it. I think I love it. And the say good night, good night. I don't know. It's a beautiful melody. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. I love the song.
I will say, as much as I despise Revolution Number 9, this is genius sequencing. Having that awful, scary piece of nonsense for 8 minutes, and then here's this sweet little lullaby. It's like, I think the best way of putting it is exactly how it's written on the back of the Yellow Submarine album. On the back of the Yellow Submarine album, there's a review of the White Album, and it says that the Beatles bring all of your worst nightmares into existence, and then after that, sing you to sleep. But this is not one of my favorites on the album, but I think it's a good way to close the album because it at least leaves you on a happy note after whatever the heck Revolution Number 9 was. It starts out with like this opera singer going like I can't even do it. This really high note. And then the orchestra comes in and Ringo sings, "Now it's time to say good night. Good night. Sleep tight. Swim sweet dreams for me." I mean, it's kind of corny, but I don't know. I might need a little bit of corniness after listening to Revolution Number 9
Yeah.
because I don't know. It's very cheesy, but it's at least fun. And then at the very end, he's like, "Good night, everyone. Good night." Like almost like he's reading from a book or something.
Yeah.
Like, did anyone as a kid ever have that book, Good Night Moon, where it's like, "Good night, moon. Good night, stars.
Sounds familiar.
Good night," where it's like saying good night to everyone. That's what it reminds me of, is when he says that. It's like, "Good night, everybody." You're almost expecting to be like, "Good night, Paul. Good night, John. Good night, George. Good night, other George, who's our producer. Good night, Mal." But yeah, it's an interesting way to end the album. But you know what? With having all the different genres on this album and everything you've just listened to, it's like, okay, well let's have a lullaby too. It's such a diverse collection of music on this album.
Well,
So
if this wasn't the
Oh, sorry.
if this wasn't the album closer, they would have had Ringo Starr do a spoken word thing after Revolution 9, say, "I just want to thank everyone for listening to this album. Have a good Christmas and have a Merry New Year."
The boys and I, we worked very hard on this.
This is Ringo Starr saying, "I hope you enjoyed listening to this album, and I had nothing to do with the previous track."
No, they promised me my octopus song on the next one.
They said if I shut up and let them record the number 9, then I could do the octopus song on the next album.
Yeah.
All right. So after that awful nightmare of a whatever the heck Revolution 9 was,
A Nightmare on Abbey Road.
I was like, can we end on a good note? Can we please end on a good note? I wasn't sure with the title Good Night. This song's in my top 5 on this whole album.
Oh wow.
This is a beautiful track. This is one of the best Beatles discoveries I've ever heard. I'm dead serious. Just hearing the backstory behind the song make me love it even more. So John Lennon wrote this song for his 5-year-old son as a lullaby. Like, yeah, John Lennon, I can't say you win Father of the Year award, what you did to him and went after crazy Yoko Ono the monkey. But I think this is a beautiful song. This Ringo was like the best choice to sing this song because I think he has probably the most soothing vocals out of all the Beatles. Even though he can get a little cheeky and goofy, but man, he sings this song sincerely from the heart. The orchestra behind it is great, very lovely. And I'm like, if this was my lullaby song, that would put me to sleep in a good way. Probably have good dreams afterward. It's crazy how this song is paired with Revolution 9. You have the Nightmare, and then you have the Sweet Dreams. Eurythmics once sang Sweet Dreams are made of this. If Good Night was your sweet dreams, I'm like, that's very blissful. Great song. Great way to close this album. Thank you, Beatles, for having at least some sanity to have a very clever album closer. And I like the self-aware wink that Ringo gives at the end. He's like, good night, everybody. Good night. It's like he's like saying good night to the audience. I'm like, I love that. Now, we've covered all the songs 2 hours later. What's everybody's top 10?
So, my top 10, I'm going from 10 to 1. Number 10, Back in the USSR. Number 9, Mother Nature's Son. Number 8, Dear Prudence. Number 7, Birthday. Number 6, Yer Blues. Number 5, Piggies. Number 4, Don't Pass Me By. Number 3, I'm So Tired. Number 2, Blackbird. And number 1, While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
That's a great choice, Ryan. Now for my top 10. Number 10, Piggies. Number 9, Helter Skelter. Number 8, Dear Prudence. Number 7, Mother Nature's Son. Number 6, I'm going to have it the highest, Revolution 1.
Yeah.
Number 5, Don't Pass Me By. Number 4, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. And for my top 3, I spoiled it already, but I didn't spoil the order. Number 3, Rocky Raccoon. Number 2, Blackbird. And number 1, Obla Di Obla Da.
All right, we got 3 McCartney tracks in the top 3.
But number 10, I'm going with Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me, My Monkey. Number 9, Good Night. Number 8, I Will. This almost sounds like a sentence. Like two people talking. 7, Obla Di Obla Da. 6, Julia. A lot of one-word titles, I feel like, or two-word titles. 5, Happiness is a Warm Gun. 4, Mother Nature's Son. 3, Dear Prudence. And I am copying Ryan here. Number 2, Blackbird. Number 1, While My Guitar.
Okay.
Am I going to be in the minority with not having that as my number 1?
We'll find out. Number 10, Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except for Me and My Monkey. Yep, it's on my top 10 too. Number 9, Bungalow Bill. That made my top 10.
Oh, wow.
Good song.
It's a fun song. I hate Yoko's vocal on there, but the rest of it's a fun song.
Yeah.
Number 8, Dear Prudence. Number 7, Obla Di Obla Da. Number 6, Back in the USSR, and the top 5. Number 5 is Rocky Raccoon. Number 4 is Helter Skelter. Number 3 is Blackbird. I probably have this one the highest. Number 2 is Happiness is a Warm Gun.
Okay.
And then number 1, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's too good of a song not to put it number 1.
Why am I in the minority? I thought one person would at least agree
It's
with
because you have a
Obla
personal connection with Obla Di Obla Da. I get it.
Number 10, Birthday. Number 9, Rocky Raccoon. Number 8, Glass Onion. Number 7, Don't Pass Me By. Number 6, Obla Di Obla Da. Number 5, Good Night. Number 4, Dear Prudence. Number 3, Helter Skelter. Number 2, same as Ryan and Jason. Number 2, Blackbird. And number 1, While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
I'm the only one who doesn't have that as my favorite. Gosh darn it! Oh my god!
Oh no.
It's
But I'm
okay
the
to
only
be
one. Am I the only one who has Obla Di Obla Da in my top 5?
I had it in my top 10.
I haven't.
Oh,
Number 6. All right. Well, what are we going to rate this album?
That's what I thought.
9 out of 10 for me.
Right.
I said this before. If you took the highs on this album and made it just one disc with "Hey Jude, Lady Madonna," to be honest, you have the greatest album of all time for me.
Oh my
Better than any Queen album, better than any Who album. That good. But the highs are so high, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you probably know I have this pretty high on my list as well. And before, when I had it in my top, I think I had my top 20 favorite albums, the last list I made, and I gave it 10 out of 10 then. So it's the same. It's a 10 out of 10 album. And I agree with Nick. I'm like, there are 4 really bad songs on this album, but there's 26 other songs that kind of, so the ratio was enough that it overcomes the 4 bad ones. I was thinking, like, if this was only 14 songs and those 4 songs were on it, I would not give it a 10. I'd be like,
No.
you know, but the fact that it's 30 songs long actually helps the album in a sense that, and I love, and I said this before and I said it again, I love how different this album is and how it covers so many different genres. It's such a unique album in the Beatles discography, and I kind of love it for that, just how different all these songs are.
Okay. So if any of you watched my most recent video on my top 100 favorite albums, this is number 11.
Number
on
11.
my list of my favorite albums of all time. Not number 11 on my list of favorite Beatles albums. Number 11 on my list of favorite albums of all time, period.
Yeah.
There's some pretty bad songs on here, like Revolution number 9 and Why Don't We Do It in the Road. But I have to say, just because of the mix of all the eclectic songs on here and just like however many genres they do on this album, sometimes it makes it worth listening to those bad songs. Like, even though they're bad, they kind of add to the experience. It's like, it's like you get everything, the good and the bad on this album. Like, I hate Revolution number 9, but then you have Good Night right after that, and just the duality of that, the duality of Helter Skelter and Long, 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 the loud and the soft. That you have more. You have Paul McCartney, who wrote Obla Di Obla Da and Helter Skelter on the same album, just 2 polar opposite extremes. Just the fact you get all that and a very strong contender for George Harrison's best song. I don't think it's his best song. I have another one that's my favorite George Harrison song. But that, you have the amazing Eric Clapton guitar solo. You got just all these amazing musical ideas. I know this is kind of the album that made the Beatles start to drift apart, but like, man, even though they're kind of working as more individual artists on this album than a band as a whole, like, just all of the chaos just comes together so perfectly on this album. I have to give it a 10. I said that I wouldn't in the previous video because of Revolution number 9, but re-listening to this album again just made me realize that even though it has flaws, it's a flawed masterpiece. And it's my 11th favorite album of all time. Barely missed the top 10, but man, is it a good album.
I mean, we spent 5 hours talking about this album.
Yeah.
In total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when I first listened to this full album, I was like, this album has some really, 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 really high highs. Contender for one of the best Beatles album, but I'm like, there's also some couple of low lows, like contenders for worst Beatles songs ever, especially when you got Why Don't We Do It in the Road and especially Revolution 9 on this album. And I'm like, I don't think I can ever give this album a 10 out of 10 just because the 2 worst Beatles songs of all time are on this album. That's a given fact. I almost gave this an 8 out of 10 originally because of that. But you know what? listening to this album twice and thinking about it more, it's like I don't want to punish this album because of some of the weaker songs. The majority of this album, even there's some songs that are just okay, decent at best, that aren't as strong as like some of the best songs. But I don't want to punish this album just because of Revolution 9. I'm still not going to give it a 10. But especially when you have such great stuff like While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Helter Skelter, Blackbird, Don't Pass Me By, Good Night, even Obla Di Obla Da. I mean, this is one of their most, this is easily probably their most ambitious album because of how experimental it is. But there's just so many great stuff. It's some of their more interesting work. And I'd say for the most part, they delivered. That was definitely a great review. Thank you all for reviewing this album with me. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope y'all have a good night. Good night. Good night, everybody.
I'm Nicholas, and thank you so much for watching this review.